I
We
have to follow Saber.
we've learned last time that if we don't follow Saber, we die.
But not from this. It's kind of roundabout. I have to follow Saber. I can't just watch. Perhaps because it's a battle with no foothold, Saber is unable to overwhelm Ryder like before. The two's conflict moves slowly up towards the rooftop. Oh, rooftop! If Ryder came from the rooftop, chances are Shinji's there. That is like our job, I guess. That makes sense. There are two conditions to fighting Ryder. Beating Ryder before she has a chance to use her Noble Phantasm, or get Shinji before that. Since Saber's fighting Ryder, there's only one thing I can do.
Didn't we talk about this at the house? That the strategy was for us to kill Shinji?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, now we get the interlude. Okay, that makes sense. The two shadows running up. The ground is already far away, and the clashes occur at higher and higher altitudes. The two need no footholds as they fly higher by kicking off the walls of the building. In the process, in the instant it takes them to move to the rooftop, they clash numerous times. If there were anyone watching them from the ground, they would think it looks like pinball. But then again, they can't be perceived with the naked eye. Only their tracks are barely visible, and they're a circus of death, invisible to any normal beings. But this circus is not what Saber wanted. Even if she's a servant, she cannot fly through the sky. She can run up a wall, but that's it. This is no different from freefall. It's just the difference between rising until she loses her speed rather than falling. The expression falling into the sky isn't that far off. Common expression we all know. Since she started, she has to continue to the final destination of the rooftop. If she takes any blows from her opponent in the process, she'll just fall miserably to the ground. But those rules do not apply to the opponent Saber has to defeat. A trace of purple attacks Saber, who's just heading for the rooftop. Attacking from both sides and from above, arcing from every direction, Ryder is not bound by gravity. Her long hair sways like a comet's tail, and her figure is like a snake encircling a tree. Saber's feet touch the building. Tilting her body to the side, she kicks off the building to head around to its side. Saber's path that headed directly towards the rooftop changes direction perpendicularly. The flowing attacks go away. Ryder can't match Saber in instantaneous bursts. Saber shakes Ryder off with one kick, and reaching the side of the building, kicks upwards again. Up to the rooftop this time. If Ryder's a snake wrapped around the building, Saber's almost an exploding firework. But maybe Ryder expected even that. The distance between the two does not change. Ryder doesn't let Saber get away as she runs to the side and attacks in the opening as Saber kicks off the building.
Kuh!
She flicks Ryder away with her sword and jumps into the open area. There's a limit to how much she can block Ryder's attacks in the air. The skills that were not even matched before are finally matched on this battlefield. There are no decisive blows in this battle. No, Ryder herself is avoiding them most of all. When Saber jumps at Ryder with determination, Ryder only defends and shows no intention of countering. Ryder's just keeping Saber in check as she runs to the rooftop.
Are you willing to fight, Ryder?
Saber yells at her cowardly opponent. As a knight, this kind of a fight's an insult. A battle determines the victor by exchanging blows with full force. According to that belief, Ryder's behavior is only an insult. It seems you don't like high places, Saber. Ryder only replies in a cool voice. As she says, Saber's inexperienced in air battles. One could say tonight's the first time she's engaged in such a battle. After all, a knight runs on the ground. They're not the type to stick to walls like the woman in front of Saber. Your famous sword is useless here, right? But do not worry, as I will allow you comfort soon. Ryder moves higher as if to tempt Saber. She's deliberately constructing this situation. Saber acknowledges that as well. The final stop of this circus. Ryder's ideal position must await at that point. Ryder's trump cannot be used readily. That's why she's luring her enemy somewhere where nothing will interrupt them, as she's determined to settle this match with her strongest blow. If Saber continues onto the rooftop, she'll be in trouble. If Ryder's noble phantasm is as Saber believes, there's no way to defend against it. But there's no turning back now. She can't let Ryder or Ryder's master be. Not because it's the principle of the Holy Grail War to defeat one's enemies. Saber must defeat Ryder right here to protect her master. Because it can't be helped. Saber herself is amazed. But she has thought at least once that she does not want to push her honest master. The two gain altitude. Continuing their momentous clashes, the battle's about to reach its final destination.
I think this is interesting because we still wanted to go to the roof in both answers, but this one doesn't end in death.
This one, we hurried over, I think. The other one, it's like, we got there eventually, I guess.
Right. Okay, sorry.
Damn it. Why does it only go up to the 40th floor? I run up the stairs while cursing. Even though I was able to enter the building through the back door, the elevator didn't go to the rooftop. I have to run up the remaining 10 floors with my own feet. Ha! 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 I run up the stairs full speed. I don't know how long it's been since Saber left me. I don't think it's been 10 minutes yet, but that's still too long. Nobody knows what can end a battle. Saber isn't perfect. It's oh, fuck.
Good
Sorry.
morning.
Yeah. It's possible she could make a big mistake and be cornered, in big trouble. So before that happens, if I can find Shinji and make him use up his command spell, there should be no need for us to fight against Ryder. Ha! Ha! My convalescent body aches the more I run up the stairs. Running around the building and up the stairs has run me out of breath. I don't slow down, but rather speed up. I have a bad feeling. I don't know why I feel it, but my heart's in pain. It's not a pain in my body, just something that tells me of danger. Saber cannot win.
Are you yawning again?
I'm a really bad yawner. It's all day long. On the rooftop is something that must not be confronted. Trying to shake off the bad feeling, I continue up the stairs full speed. The wind is strong. As soon as I open the door, the scenery of the night town surrounds me. The concrete ground is burned up here and there. In the center, in the middle of the burned up rooftop, is her figure, down on her knees. Saber!
Shiro, why are you here?
Saber has nothing to spare, breathing with her shoulders. The instant I try to run to her, I notice something strange floating up in the sky. No. The overwhelming amount of magical energy forced me to recognize it. Oh, you can hear it. What? I stare up at the sky. The sound of wings flapping. There's something whiter than the hazy white moon.
I forgot. Oh my god, she has a Pegasus!
She's a rider.
I know, but I couldn't remember what she rode.
It is a legendary divine mystery spoken of only in myths. In the instant Saber reaches the rooftop, she confronts the true form of her opponent. Supporting her falling body with her sword, Saber looks up. A white light approaches instantly. Deploying the wind wrapped around her sword, she creates an invisible wall.
Heaven's design team did in fact say that unicorns are physically impossible.
Her body's blown away. That which should have nullified any possible impact could not even slow the charge of the Pegasus.
Ugh.
Blown away, she rolls on the ground. There's no time to lie down. The Pegasus turns in the air and continues its glide without a pause. She can't block that blow. The only possible measure is to jump and evade it. But even if she does avoid the attack, the trail's enough to chip at her protection. It doesn't have a horn, it's a Pegasus. She'll eventually take a direct blow if she continues like this.
Alright!
If it had a horn, it would be a unicorn.
But I thought unicorns didn't have wings.
But if it has a horn and wings, then it's an alicorn.
God, what? Look at this fucking nerd over here. Wait, hold on.
I watched My Little Pony in
Look
high
at
school.
look at this guy. He's like, I know all of the definitions. Yeah, look at this fucking zoomer.
Oh my god, stop calling me a zoomer. I'm
Jake,
not a zoomer.
Jake doesn't like when we call him a zoomer.
It makes me sound like a child. Zoomers are children. I'm 23.
Did you have some PBR to drink?
Zoomers can't drink. Ah!
But some zoomers can.
Like the first zoomers are just now able to drink this year.
Okay.
The white light comes swooping down.
Gotta get back on task.
The Pegasus glides down from high above, mows Saber down without touching the rooftop, and returns to the sky. Pursuit is impossible. There's no wall to run up, and even if there were one, no one would be able to catch that Pegasus. In that inferior position, Saber awaits a chance to counter, even if it is a Pegasus. If it's alive, it can be killed. The only chance of victory Saber has left is for Ryder to make a mistake with the Pegasus's reins. I'm surprised. You're tougher than you look. A voice from above. Saber looks up, holding her sword ready. But is there any meaning in that? You have no chance of victory. If you're just going to disappear, disappear with grace. Ryder sounds calm. A little joy can be heard in that voice.
Huh? I expected a fantastic race, but I did not think you would bring out something like that, Ryder.
Fantastic race. As it sounds, they're beings that exist only in fantasy. Oh, like race, I'm stupid. Demi-humans like sprites and giants.
I also
Come
thought
on.
she meant like a
I was like, I guess a fight's like a race. It's like a contest. Demonic beasts like demons and dragons. As their very existence is a divine mystery, it's said that they themselves surpass magic. It's the law that a divine mystery will be eliminated by a greater divine mystery. As magic stored its power and knowledge. The fantastic races store their power in their long lifespan. Even if one masters magic as a human, that's only about the last 500 years. For those who have lived since ancient times, a 500-year-old divine mystery is not even worthy competition. But it was long ago when both humans and the fantastic races lived in the same world. The longer lived the fantastic race is, the farther it strays from this world. In the present day, the only fantastic race in this world are a mere few hundred years old. That's why she thought the fantastic race that Ryder rode would be only about several hundred years old.
Bringing out something from the time of the gods, your deeds must have been profound.
Yes, I'm different from you. No, I'm rather like your enemy. That is why I only ride the poor children that you people have exterminated.
I see. I thought you were crooked, but now I know you were an evil spirit and not a heroic spirit.
Huh. Curse me all you want. You can't even touch my boy. The Pegasus rests its wings in the air. A giant arrow that will strike if it sees an opening. Saber ponders, glaring at it. Pegasus itself is not a strong, fantastic race. A normal Pegasus will only grow to the class of a demonic beast of the fantastic race. If that's the case, it's an opponent defeatable just with her invisible air. But that thing is different. As that Pegasus has existed from the time of the gods, it has grown to the level of the fantastic beasts. That Pegasus is nearing the level of the dragon race, considered to be the strongest of the fantastic races. No, its defense is already at the level of the dragon race. Because that Pegasus has divine protection, exceeding even Saber, who has the strongest magic resistance. Its charge, emitting vast amounts of magical energy, is like a giant castle wall approaching. There is no possible way to dodge or defend against such a thing. But that's not the surprising fact. That Pegasus is just something that Ryder has summoned, and it does not have a true name. For Ryder, that Pegasus is just like the dagger she uses. In other words, that Black Cavalry has yet to use her noble phantasm. Saber does not think of defeat, even in this situation. Rather, she thinks that her chance will come when Ryder decides to use her noble phantasm. No matter what Ryder's noble phantasm may be, there's no problem if it's only strong enough to destroy the building. Saber only needs to go into defense, endure the attack, and then slash away at the defenseless Ryder. That's right. As long as her master does not appear here. Oops. What? I look up at the sky.
God, you fucked we chose the other route first and we were too late and now we show up and they're like, fuck!
You have to fuck up to progress the story.
Oh, fine.
Shiro is flawed.
Are we supposed to be here? Are we not supposed to be here?
The sounds of wings flapping. There's something whiter than the hazy white moon. You say this already?
Yeah.
It is. A legendary divine mystery spoken of only in myths. Pegasus? The identity of Ryder's noble phantasm. Is that what caused the scorching of the rooftop and drove Saber to her knees? Ryder's riding on a flying horse, as befits her class name. I take my mind off Ryder. I heard a sound. Shinji, you're here, right? Come out. I can't tell how strong Ryder is on that Pegasus. I can only tell that the white beast is constructed from enough magical energy to have come from a few hundred magi. It's only natural for the rooftop to be scorched. That thing destroys its surroundings just by running. If that thing charges from the sky, there's no way even Saber could block it. Don't hide. I came here, so at least show yourself. I'm racing against time here. I have to defeat Shinji and eliminate Ryder.
Oh my god.
I hear laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere. Shinji.
Do you get it, Emiya? This is the difference in our powers.
Only his voice echoes. Gah. Calming my impatient mind, I listen to his laughter. Damn, the wind's strong. I can't tell where the laughter's coming from.
Too bad. You ended up like this because you were acting so calm and composed, you idiot. Do you understand now? You have to kill when you can.
Shinji. Don't rush. Let him talk. I should be able to determine his location if he keeps talking.
But I'm different. You and your servant are done for right here. Though, it's not like we're strangers. There's that thing from yesterday, too, so I'll let you die a painless death.
This is bad. The head of the Pegasus standing by in the sky lowers towards Saber. The swirl of magical energy rotates as if without limit. If that thing's going to be coming at high speed, this rooftop will be blown away, leaving no remains.
Don't worry, Emiya. You got in the way, but I'll have the idiots at school follow you in no time. If you say you're lonely, I'll let that annoying Sakura follow you as well.
Shinji, you...
Go, Ryder! That girl first. Don't leave even a piece of her behind.
Saber! A white shooting star falls from above. In that instant, a storm appears before me. Saber! What? For the first time, she forgot about her enemy during a battle. Angry at her master for coming to such a dangerous place. Angry at herself for not realizing that this was likely. But all those ideas are driven to the back of her mind. What else could there be? In this dangerous situation, his expression's only worried about Saber.
Shiro.
Come to think of it, he's always been like that. Even though he knew she was an excellent knight. He did not treat her as a knight, even once. It seems playtime's over, Saber. Soft laughter. Ryder places her hand on the Pegasus' neck and makes it beat its wings even faster. As my noble phantasm is powerful, it is not fit for use on the ground. It will draw attention no matter what. I could not use it readily, as there were still other masters to think of. But there is no danger of anyone watching here. Do you understand that I led you here because it's convenient? Something missing until now forms in Ryder's hands. It's a mere small rain of shining gold.
That is your noble phantasm, Ryder?
Yes, but it is not my taste. This Pegasus is too kind and not fit for battles, so it will not get in the mood unless I use this. The Pegasus lowers its neck. The Pegasus rages, not from its own intentions, but from Ryder's. Disappear, Saber. Even if you survive, your master will not be able to escape. If your master dies, that's the end even for you, is it not? That is absolutely true. Ryder's noble phantasm will completely blow away this rooftop. If she hurries, she'll be able to get Shiro and get away from the rooftop, but Ryder's attack won't destroy just the rooftop. Her master's not strong enough to survive a collapsing building. So, for Saber to protect her master, she has to slay that enemy along with the Pegasus. She has no time to decide if her choice is the correct one. She looks at her distant master one more time. He's gritting his teeth, trying to fulfill his role.
Me?
I don't know.
That makes sense. I have wind powers, right? For my sword?
Yeah.
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 Wind.
That makes her hesitations go away. She forgets about everything that must happen in the future. She's only her master's sword now and exists only to defeat the enemy.
Go, Ryder. That girl first. Don't leave even a piece of her behind.
An annoying voice shouts out. As it does, the Pegasus flies up even higher. It disappears from view in an instant. The Pegasus that flew up into the air has already lost its form. After rising as if to strike the moon, it arcs and returns toward the earth. Torns. A comet sweeps down. Even after it becomes an arrow of light, Ryder still pushes the Pegasus. There's only one target. She'll destroy her enemy along with this isolated guardian in the sky. Belaro! The name is cast. If a noble phantasm bears a miracle that is released by casting its true name. Phone! It is truly a divine lightning. Hate that they broke that up.
Yeah.
A flashing thunderbolt. Watching it, her eyes show no emotion.
You said no one will see in this place, did you not, Ryder?
The wind is unraveled. The wind centered on her turns into a raging tempest.
I feel the same way. Here, there is no need to worry about destroying the Earth!
The seal is broken, releasing many layers of wind. Her sword makes its appearance. A storm is rising before my eyes. A white light comes bearing down. Even though she's its target, Saber doesn't move. Saber? The raging wind is coming from her. No, not from Saber, but from the sword she's holding. Huh? I doubt my own eyes. I can see the sword that should be invisible. Slowly, as if taking off bandages, her sword starts to show its form. A golden sword? Raging winds. Many seals develop as if a box is opening. The wind melts into the air. Readying the exposed sword, she faces the descending Pegasus. Ryder descends the surge of light. Bellerophon grows large enough to engulf the whole rooftop and speeds up to destroy not only us, but the building itself. The rains of the heroic cavalry light up the rooftop. Time stops. Facing unavoidable destruction, my mind freezes. But not because of the rains of the heroic cavalry. The converging lights. Its purity is not even comparable to the light of Ryder that's merely large. In her hands is an assembly of the planet's light, the strongest holy sword.
Oh, this is me. God, yelling noble phantasms is the worst. Excalibur! Yeah. Excalibur!
I always laugh at the anime. It's just like, Excalibur! It is literally a line of light. It's a blade of light that slices everything it touches. It slices Ryder with one blow, soars up into the night sky, cuts through the clouds, and disappears. I think if that thing were used on the ground, a great disorder in the land would remain and never disappear. Her sword was not invisible. It merely did not allow others to see it. A golden sword that captivates all who see it, and its all too famous true name. Excalibur. Said to have existed in England, it's the sword of the king known as the symbol of knighthood. The strongest noble phantasm of all servants, sealed in numerous boundary fields. That is Saber's symbol of heroism.
Why do I feel like fucking Legend of Zelda's happening in the background?
Yeah, the music was really like, yeah.
If you wonder what my neighbors think, there's a reason I live in a corner apartment. No
The
one.
rooftop is silent.
I do not share walls with people.
The wind is gone and nothing makes a sound. I can't approach Saber and I just stand there. I don't know if I'm still confused or if my heart's still captivated by that sword. My mind is acting strange, and only insignificant things come in my head. Why does she have that sword?
Sorry, we're so dumb.
No, I think... No, this is fair. This is a fair thought process by Shiro. We're just used to the fact that golden sword is the property of the well-known King of Knights.
Okay, that's fair. She is a girl. She is a girl. Girls can't be kings.
Shiro, I mean, King Arthur's just famous.
That's fair.
I try to think how she ended up with the sword, and I notice that I'm trying to avoid the simplest of answers. There's no need for complicated guesses. That sword has always been hers. That's why her true name's easy to figure out. I don't know what kind of mistake was made, but there's only one person she can be if she has that holy sword. Saber doesn't move from the stance that completed her blow. I should run up to her, but my body won't move. Up to now, I only understood in words that Saber was a heroic spirit. Perhaps I realized that she was a hero of the past, and I hesitated to go near her. I think that's Shinji?
Is it?
I would assume so.
God, did she light Shinji on fire? Ah!
I hear a scream. Something's burning in the background. I look in that direction. There, I see a book burning into ashes, and...
Oh, it's burning! My command spell is burning!
Shinji's there, watching the burning book. Shinji. He must have realized that Ryder's defeated and he's at a disadvantage. Shinji turns his back to me as if to flee and runs towards the exit. Shinji jumps through the door leading to the stairs. Stop, Shinji! I can't let him go now. But the instant I start to follow him, out of the corner of my eye, Saber collapses. My mind freezes. Shinji's running away and Saber's on the ground.
Oh. Shit. God damn it.
I think I'm conflicted. On one hand, our job is to kill Shinji, right?
Right.
But Shinji's command spells are burned. And like, what's he really gonna do?
Well, he said
Also,
did he say like all of his command spells or just his like he said my command spell? Right?
Well, I think, I mean, you could say like, I think the whole thing could also be singular. Like my command spell could be the whole. I don't know why one would burn.
Right, that would be weird.
But also like Saber is strong, and a lot of the dialogue has been about trusting Saber to like figure their own shit out. But also we died because Saber was too tired. Also, what's Shinji gonna do if he gets away, like, without Ryder?
I kind of want to run after Shinji.
Okay. Shinji comes first. If Saber defeated Ryder, I have to catch Shinji and have him relinquish his status as a master.
Because he could still technically be a master for someone else if he has command spells, right?
Right. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, that could have been Shinji, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know, but you went ahead, so I Woo, good job.
High-pitched footsteps echo in the dark. Mato Shinji flies through the dark hallways. We're both running.
Damn, what's with that woman? How could something so ridiculous happen? Ryder's noble phantasm is the strongest, so why did she have to lose? She's just Saber, so why does she have such a noble phantasm? It's unfair, it's unfair, it's unfair!
Rolling down the stairs, crashing into the wall, crawling on the ground, Mato Shinji heads for ground level. In his mind, the image of the light that slashed Ryder will not fade. Exactly as he says, that noble phantasm is an abnormal existence. The holy sword that appears divine to its allies looks like a devil's creation from the opposing viewpoint. So he runs through the darkness. That light will come if he stops. He'll vanish without a trace if he turns around. There's no time to pause. He puts more weight on his life than on the fact that he's lost his servant or the fact that he isn't a master anymore.
Damn. Damn. What was that about her noble phantasm being invincible? That woman all talk. How could she trick me? You were defeated because you were too confident, you idiot!
But those were Mato Shinji's orders. Not to kill them quickly. Ignoring Ryder's advice, they should kill them with one blow if they use the noble phantasm. He chose to corner Saber. Another tumble. Even though he's almost out of this darkness, he hits a huge wall.
Damn, don't put a wall somewhere like this.
He punches it in anger.
Huh?
An unlikely sound is made. Mato Shinji looks at what he thought was a wall, and his arm bent up like a puzzle ring, and even forgets to scream because of fear.
Oh god.
You can't do that, Mr. Maggot of Makiri. There's no running away for a loser.
Laughter fills the air. In the tense darkness, the silver hair of a white girl appears.
I'm starting to feel like we should not have chased Shinji.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh!
The moment of recognition. The instant he realizes what's in front of him, Mato Shinji's terminated. She's got fucking cut in half. I run through the dark hallway. I can't see, but I'm able to follow Shinji. Because there's no other sounds. Shinji's footsteps echo through the hallway, so it's easy to follow him.
Maybe she'll be
I'm afraid we're
nice.
gonna get our... Yeah, I feel he's gonna fucking kill us again.
Yeah.
His footsteps stopped. It's a sudden change. The sound I was hearing was nearby, and there's still some distance to the elevator. As far as I remember, there's no reason for Shinji to stop in the middle of the hallway. Shinji? I walk quietly and advance with caution. I see the change quickly. The spot where Shinji's footsteps died. In the hallway that was empty on my way to the rooftop, there's a red puddle. My mind freezes. Before I can think about what happened here, my body reacts.
1 second. Your screen where you're on Discord keeps like flashing. It's really distracting.
Oh.
I think it's just Discord. I don't think it's you.
Okay. I can't be here. My senses trained by Saber are telling me to go back to the rooftop as fast as possible if I value my life. Good. Go do that. Go run away. Get out of there.
God,
sorry I'm
she's
late.
so dead.
Are you alright, Saber? Controlling my nausea, I run towards Saber. Huh? Saber doesn't look well at all. She has sweat on her brow and her breathing's weak, yet irregular as if she has a fever. No way. Hey, Saber, what's wrong? I call out to her timidly, but she doesn't answer. She's unconscious. Saber? I touch her forehead. Ow! I automatically pull my hand back. It's unusually hot. If this is a fever, she's over 40 degrees.
It's like 106.
Saber, hey, you're right. Even when I call out to her, her only reply is heavy breathing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. We can't just stay here like this. I'm going to take you home. If you want to object, do it later. I pick Saber up. She's light. She was light before, but she's lighter now. No, more than that, she's warm. She's alive. Saber's still Saber. I'm angry at myself for hesitating. Damn it, so what if she's a hero? No matter who Saber is, she's here right now and she's warm. How stupid of me to think there's a wall between us in spite of that. I'm going home right away. Stay until then, Saber. I run, still holding Saber in my arms.
I'm really stressed.
There's no feeling of victory. All I feel is Saber in my arms, breathing painfully.
I'm done. I let her sleep in the Japanese-style room, but I don't think she'll wake up anytime soon.
Sorry, you really helped me out. There's nothing I could have done to treat Saber.
Well, I just removed her armor and helped her relax, so you don't need to thank me. Saber won't get well, and I haven't done anything. Oh, we've been here before.
Yeah, we've done this exact same.
Oh!
But still, having Tuska around helped. She worked out Saber's situation, advised me to take her armor off and let her sleep. It's been an hour since then. Somehow, communicating with the unconscious Saber, Tuska took her armor off.
So, what happened? I thought you went out looking for Shinji, and Saber was like that. I can tell that something happened, but can you explain the details?
I hesitate.
Do we just go back to the bad decision? Is it gonna make us play this all? Like, can we?
I don't know. If it's like actually repeated dialogue, I think it puts the text in gray.
Oh, okay.
And so like we're approaching the same situation, but this time we know who Saber is, and we know that Shinji's dead. And I don't know, that could change what we do tomorrow or something.
All right.
I hesitate. We can't assume we're gonna die and leave, because if it is the right choice, then we waste so much more time. Saber's noble phantasm. I should avoid revealing her true name. It's not something I can reveal by my judgment alone. Her rider was defeated. Shinji retired, losing his command spell, but Saber used her noble phantasm and collapsed after using it.
Saber's noble phantasm, huh? Well, I won't ask you for details. You guys are in no condition for that sort of thing.
What do you mean we're in no condition?
It's just like I said, you should know vaguely by now that Saber will disappear like this.
What? Calmly. Tuska mentions the result I've avoided thinking about. Disappear? You mean Saber will disappear?
Of course, Saber's magical energy is almost empty. I don't know what kind of a noble phantasm Saber used, but it must have consumed a lot of magical energy. Saber's used up most of the magical energy in her. She's in pain because she's trying to keep herself from disappearing.
She's going to disappear because she doesn't have magical energy. Are you saying she's going to disappear even though she wasn't injured?
Yes, depletion of magical energy is a more serious problem than external damage for a servant. It's the magical energy that gives the spiritual servant's form. She will just disappear if it runs out.
Well, masters transmit.
Yeah. Well, masters transmit their magical energy to their servants so that doesn't happen, but you can't do that, right? So Saber has to fight using her own magical energy. It's over once that runs out. I told you this right at the beginning. Why'd you type in the chat? I'm a fool. I could not take it.
Because I read your line again. Certainly what Saber told me. But she was fine until now. Saber said she'll be alright if she slept.
That was because Saber's magical energy capacity was extraordinary. Yeah, Saber certainly has some magical energy left in her. I think she should be able to recover enough magical energy to preserve herself. But that's it. Saber will end up fighting in the situation she's in right now. It would be absurd to use a noble phantasm. Saber will definitely disappear if she uses it again.
She'll disappear if she uses her noble phantasm again. No, first of all, I can't let her fight in this state. I don't want to see her slumped over in pain again.
Do you understand now? There are only 2 ways to heal a servant who ran out of magical energy. To have the master replenish the magical energy, or to have a servant collect magical energy herself.
To have a servant collect magical energy herself. That would mean killing innocent people like Ryder did. That's impossible. Saber won't do that. She said herself she wouldn't do such a thing.
I would think so. Saber would probably choose to disappear if she had to sacrifice innocent people. So there's only one other possibility. If you don't want Saber to disappear, you'll just have to offer her your magical energy.
That's something I would have done already if I could. I don't know any way to give Saber magical energy. Unfortunately, I can't do everything like you can.
Of course, we wouldn't make it even if I taught you how to share magical energy. It would take you about a year to learn since you're not suitable as a magus, and you wouldn't be able to use it even if you learned it. Well, paths should have been connected at the summoning, so there might be other measures. Look, if you want to save Saber, all you can do is to make her attack people and absorb their souls. I think you already know this.
That's the most realistic measure. But that means...
Saber will...
Saber will...
Oh.
That's probably you. I think...
Oh, yeah, okay. Saber will, of course, object to it, but if you let things be, Saber will disappear and you will be targeted by the other masters.
Saber will disappear? I can't even imagine such a thing. I feel her body heat in my hands which are carrying her.
Then there's only one answer. Use your command spell, Emiya-kun. You should be able to avoid the worst case scenario with that.
That means ordering Saber to kill innocent people? I can't say anything. I resent what Tosuka's saying, but at the same time, another part of me recognizes that this is the only solution.
I'll let you decide. Saber will calm down if she sleeps, but her limit is still near.
Tosuka leaves the living room. I can't even look up. I can only listen to Tosuka's departing footsteps. I feel like we're gonna fucking die to Ilya again.
I also feel like we're gonna die to Ilya again.
Oh. Stupid Ilya. Oh, this is different.
Did we make the right choice?
Maybe.
Whew.
Arturia. The girl who had just finished her rite of passage would be known by that name from that day on. It was a time of chaos and war. It began with the demise of an empire. An empire believed to be indestructible was only awaiting its destruction at the hands of invading barbarians. To prepare for the war against these barbarians, the empire deprived this island country of any military forces. That was the beginning. Once her country lost the empire's protection, it could not escape becoming independent, and it broke into smaller countries in no time. The barbarian invasions, self-destructive strife between clans, a long period of war that would later be called the Dark Ages. She was born into this period as the heir to the throne. It was a long period of chaos. The king believed the Magus' prophecy and yearned for the birth of his appointed successor. But the child that was born was not the one the king desired. The child was not a boy. Even if the child was fated to become a king, he could not make a child that was not a boy his successor. The girl was entrusted to the king's vassals and was raised as a child of a mere knight. The king fell into despair, but the Magus was delighted. The sex of the one who had become king had never mattered. He was confident the fact of the girl being separated from the castle until the day of the prophecy was proof that she would become king. The girl grew up as the successor under the simple and wise old knight. The old knight did not really believe the magus' prophecy. He just felt the same air from the girl as he did from his king, so he felt that he must raise her as a knight, and he wished her to grow. But the knight did not even have to wish for such a thing, as the girl trained day after day to become stronger than anyone. If only a king can save a ruined country headed for death. The girl swore to bear a sword for that reason alone, without ever being told so. So, the day of the prophecy arrived. Knights and lords from around the country gathered to be selected as the king. Every one of them expected their selection to be through jousting if the most superior one was to become a king. But the only thing prepared at the place of selection was a naked sword stuck in a stone. On the hilt of the sword was a golden inscription. "Whosoever pulleth out this sword of this stone is rightwise king born of England." Many knights grabbed the sword, following that command. But no one was able to pull the sword out, and the knights began the expected method of selection by jousting. As the girl was only an apprentice, she was not qualified to joust. The girl neared the deserted stone of selection and reached out for the sword without hesitation. No, you should think things through before you take that. When she turned around, before her was the most feared magus in the country. It's so funny to see this with, like, knowing who Merlin is now.
Mm-hmm.
The magus said that she would no longer be human when she took a hold of the sword. The girl only responded with a nod. Becoming a king means no longer being human. She was prepared for that ever since she was born. In short, a king is someone who kills everyone to protect everyone. The young girl thought about it every night and shuddered until morning came. No day passed that she did not fear that fact. But the girl said that it would end this day. The sword was pulled out as if it were only natural to do so, and the place was filled with light. In that instant, she became something not human. The king's gender does not matter. No one will care about the king's appearance, or even notice if the king acts like a king. Even if anybody noticed that the king was female, there'd be no problem if she was a good king. Perhaps because of the sword's magic, the girl's growth stopped at that time as well. Many knights feared it as ominous, but most of them praised their master's immortality as divine. And thus, the time of the king who would become a legend started. The battles of the new king were indeed the acts of a god of war. The king always led from the front. No enemies could stand in her way. Arturia, the god of war. There was no defeat for a body admired as a dragon in human form. For 10 years and 12 battles, she knew only victory. Those were the days she ran through as the king. She never turned back and was never disgraced. She was raised as the king and fulfilled her obligations as the king. Is that why I saw such a figure? Her soul must still be on the battlefield. Before daybreak. Resting her body in the wind under the indigo blue sky, she just gazes into the distance. The sky is high and the clouds are flowing fast. Under the clear air, she's looking at the great army she must face with her sword in hand. That figure is burned in and will not go away. She and her sword are one. The sword from the stone that chose the king. I think the brilliance of the sword that selected her fate is also her brilliance. But I wonder in the dream. That sword is different from the one she had. It's similar, but different. The one she used last night is different from this sword. So, how did she lose such a fine sword?
I'm beginning to be more optimistic that we're alive.
Yeah, that's an insane amount to put us through if we're dead, right? When I wake up, I'm in my room. It's light outside. I guess I fell asleep after coming back to my room, unable to make a decision. That dream. It was a strange dream. Events I shouldn't know about, things I don't know about Saber. Is it possible for me to dream about them?
We're connected.
But that sword was certainly different from the one Saber had. I vaguely think. Saber's true identity that was hidden. To be honest, I still can't accept who she is. Saber's just Saber. I can't change my attitude, and I don't think Saber would want that either. But it suited her. The sword from yesterday suited her, but the sword of my dream also suited her. No, you could say I was fascinated. With yesterday's sword and the sword of my dream, it seems I fall for swords easily. Mood. I also thought Lancer's lance was beautiful when I saw it, but my interest in swords is exceptional.
I did in fact fall in love with Sigurd the moment I saw him. He's a Saber and Fako, for those of you who do not know.
It seems I'm easily attracted to swords. Such heavy-handed foreshadowing. Well, it's not like that only just started. I take a deep breath and reach up to my sweaty face. But it sure is hot. Talking about the swords. I wipe the sweat off my forehead.
Talking about Sigurd.
Even though it's winter, my body's burning. It feels like my blood is getting hotter and I feel restless. I wonder why, ever since I saw Saber's sword. My body's been strangely hot. The hand that bears the command spell is hot as if it's holding a pocket heater. It's like that time Tosca made me swallow that jewel. Like it's itchy or it makes me want to run around. I take a deep breath to try to calm myself. I guess Saber's still asleep. Saber's not woken up even once since last night. But it still seems she's getting better. Her breathing is calm now. There's no sign she's gasping in pain. Saber's sleeping peacefully. This is an everyday morning scene. Maybe if I let her sleep like this, she might get back to normal. Then there'll be no need to have her kill people. Then, just like now, Saber will be with me, and how selfish of me. I hit the wall. I'm so weak, it makes me sick. It's my fault Saber's in this state. Who am I to say? I get up, trying not to make a sound. I don't know when Saber will wake up. I have to make a decision before she does. Tosca must still be asleep. There's no energy in the house, and it feels like it's abandoned. No, I'm just depressed. Mood. I can't decide, so I'm wandering around in a gray state, and that causes the world to be vague. I hear something cut through the air. Again, it's from the yard, but that... I remember that sound. Yeah. I don't feel like cooking breakfast right now, so I'll take a walk and check it out. It's much colder than usual outside. It must be really cold if my burning body feels it. It's so cold that it might snow. It's from the shed area. The sound is coming periodically. I cross the yard, breathing out white puffs. He's there in front of the shed. I guess I kind of knew he would be here, so I wasn't surprised. He must have been shooting arrows until now. He lowers his bow in displeasure as soon as he sees me. That's dangerous. Don't shoot bows in someone else's house. What are you going to do if you hit someone? I would not do anything, as I'm not using any arrows. One cannot be hit by something that's not fired. He doesn't need to tell me that. The sound was Archer's bowstring cutting through the air. I don't know why, but Archer isn't using any arrows, but only pulling his bow. That's a good bow. I wasn't convinced until now, but you really are an archer. Well, I'm not an archer like the ones you know, so I would not be able to answer you, even if you asked me about archery. Your arrows are shot to target yourself, while my arrows are shot to hit an enemy. The archer you have in mind must be the kind that respects manners and politeness. He curls his lips offensively. As I thought, I can't get along with him. I don't intend to ask you about archery. I was just wondering what you were doing. As you can see, I'm merely checking my condition. The wound Saber gave me is healed. I cannot stay on watch forever. I see. He's healed now. That means Tosca should return to the war. I turn away. Since Tosca and Archer rejoining the battle, I must make a decision. I have to think seriously somewhere I can be alone. There's a concept called follow-through. Huh? The time you have after you take your shot. I believe that is the only thing common to your archery and mine. What? You don't have to tell me of the 8 stages of shooting. Just listen. They say the body stays there naturally after you shoot a bow. I heard that you call it follow-through. Certainly there are 8 movements in archery called the 8 stages of shooting. The last one, the follow-through, is the state that comes after shooting an arrow, but... Yeah, so what about it?
I forgot that we were at one point in the archery club. I was like, how did we get here?
I'm talking about your mental preparation. Follow-through is not intended to ascertain if the arrows hit the target. An arrow is hit the target even before it's released. The archer lets the arrow go according to that image. So there's no need to check if the arrow's hit or not. Because if you think the arrow will hit, it will hit the target. And if you do not, the arrow will not hit. That's not true. There are shots that won't hit no matter how much you think they will. Everyone will hit the target every time if all you have to do is to think about hitting it. Is that so? Well, you hit the target every time. What? His statement makes my heart jump. That's certainly... Well, I do not care about that. There's only one thing I want to tell you. Follow-through is not intended to ascertain if you've hit the target or not. What happens to the released arrow is obvious. So follow-through is a preparation to accept that result, is it not? I know, so you're saying I should be able to see through this thing until the end, right? Exactly. I heard about Saber's situation. You should have known from the beginning she would end up like this. She'll disappear in time if she fights without a magical energy supply. The fact was already determined, so... all that's left is to accept the result. Is he saying that no matter what happens to Saber because of my decisions, all I can do is see through what happens? I turned my back to Archer. I'll leave this guy once and for all. Oh, and one more thing. I'll tell you since you don't seem to know. I hear a voice behind me. Saber should have known she would disappear if she used her noble phantasm. She probably did not intend to use her noble phantasm until the very end. The usual offensive tone isn't present in his voice. There's only one reason she used her noble phantasm in spite of that. She chose to protect you over her own existence.
Is that supposed to make us feel better?
Never forget that. His voice holds only honest sincerity. Oh. Weapon screen updated. No, not the park.
Oh no! There's no way we die now, right?
Oh, it's been a long time. Do we want to look at the new weapons or no?
Oh, I was wondering why you weren't fucking reading, dude. I was just sitting here.
You have Caliburn.
Jake's like, pull up the swords!
I'm in love with the swords. I gotta get in character. Holy sword that symbolizes England's king and knights, King Arthur. It is the symbol of a king pulled out from a chosen stone under the guidance of Magus Merlin. It's a different sword from the one granted by the Fairy of the Lake, and its characteristics as a noble phantasm differ, but it seems Saber is more attached to this holy sword.
I'm gonna go pee before we find out that we've died. You can read the second page.
I will. Since a sword is a symbol of power, a sword carried by a king usually ends up being degraded to the status of an ornament, covered by decorations. This is the biggest difference between Excalibur and Caliburn. In exchange for being a beautiful sword, its effectiveness as a weapon does not match that of Excalibur. In the legend, it is said that it broke when King Arthur fought in a battle going against the principles of chivalry.
Did we learn about swords?
Yeah. So there's Caliburn and there's Excalibur. And Caliburn is more of a decorative sword, but it's the sword that actually got pulled out of the stone. But in legend, it broke when King Arthur fought in a battle that went against the principles of chivalry.
Oh. So we don't have Caliburn anymore, we have Excalibur?
Yes.
Saber Altar has Caliburn?
I think Saber Altar has Excalibur Morgan, actually. Oh, we got some new stuff here, too. We probably got Ryder's Noble Phantasm. And they're probably Sabers as well. Reigns of the Heroic Cavalry. All abilities increased by a rank when in use. AC plus 100 will also be in effect. It's a physical attack that destroys the target by controlling a divine beast and using its powerful charge. Maximum speed is 400 or 500 kilometers per hour. Highest level in both attack and defense, as defense also increases while in use due to Pegasus' divine protection. Bellerophon is the name of a young man in Greek mythology who supposedly managed to ride Pegasus.
What's 500 kilometers per hour in freedom units?
310 miles per hour.
Jesus Christ!
That thing's fucking zooming.
Fucking zooming!
How fast are planes? Planes are 550 to 580 miles per hour.
Okay.
So it's like halfway between a really fast car and a plane. Like halfway between NASCAR and plane.
What's a bullet train speed?
Uh, 500 kilometers per hour. I guess the maximum operating speed is 200 miles per hour.
Okay.
But there's been test runs that have gone much higher. About 375 miles per hour is the world record bullet train speed.
Jesus Christ.
That's too fast.
Too fast.
You like get hit by G-force at that point, right?
Yeah. And your organs start to feel like paste.
Artudia.
Woo! I'm eating a cookie.
Dude, I would kill for a 400 mile per hour train. Oh my god, it'd be so convenient.
Are you ready to die?
The park is empty as usual. Maybe it helps that it's colder today than usual. There's no one around. It looks like I'm the only one out at this time. There's no way, right? We went through too much. We went through the whole backstory. I sit on the bench sluggishly. I came to a deserted place as I wished to. Now that I'm here, I must decide what to do. There are no choices that allow me to postpone the problem. If I'm to end the Holy Grail War by defeating other masters, I need Saber to stay. No, even without that, I don't want her to disappear. But that means having Saber attack people like Ryder did. There's no way I can do that. Making Saber do such a thing would be like telling her to die. First of all, Saber would surely refuse. But when I hang my head, I see my left hand. I have 2 command spells left.
What did we use the first one on?
We got kicked out the window,
Oh, right.
and we had to call her to teleport in. If I use one, I can force Saber to follow my command. I bite my lip and discard that ridiculous thought. I don't know how long I remain slumped on this bench. But just as my fingers start to tremble from the cold. Oh. I thought you were... Oh, fuck. No, we're gonna die.
Oh, I thought you were gone already, but you're here.
I'm suddenly called.
It is you. Hello, Shiro. You have a serious expression. What's wrong?
I think your Ilya voice has gotten a lot better.
Like, I've been trying to, like, go all the way around, figuring it out.
I'm not... I think it's been fine for our standards.
Yeah, I didn't take that as an insult, my dude. No, I understood that I have been to the moon and back trying to not sound like an old lady.
Ilya, you here by yourself again? It's dangerous. You never know when the other masters... As I start to say that, I'm amazed at my stupidity. Ilya's a master, too.
This hurts.
I shouldn't be worrying about this. And anyway, aren't we enemies? We sure are, Shiro. Sorry, I can't afford to talk to you right now. We were lucky to see each other, but I can't talk with you. It's gonna get cold today, so you should go home. Sitting down on the bench, I dismiss Ilya. There are things I need to talk to her about, but I have my hands full of Saber right now. What's going on? Ilya doesn't say anything, and she just stares at me as if I'm a stranger. Ilya? No, I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm really busy right now, and... Cue paralysis.
I know, Saber's going to disappear, right? And you're wondering what to do.
Suddenly, the girl in front of me says this coldly as if she's someone else. Ilya?
It's stupid to worry about such things. That's why you let Ryder's master escape. All you have to do with the loser is to kill them.
I move my legs. I know it's bad to stay sitting down, so I put my power in them to stand up. But my body does not move, as if entranced by Ilya. Ilya, how do you know about that?
I don't even need to tell you, right? I was at that building last night too. Well, I could only watch from inside the building.
I try to move my arms and legs, but they won't move at all. No, it feels like they're stiffening the more I put power into them. It's those eyes. Looking into Ilya's red eyes is making my body go numb and...
Oh, you're bound already? You know, you don't have any protection, right? I thought it would be easy to capture you if you're alone, but you're so cute falling for it this easily.
Ilya, you...
It's useless, Oni-chan. You won't be able to move now. You won't even be able to speak soon, but you don't need to worry. I didn't come here today to talk either.
Murderous intent mixes into Ilya's gaze. This is the same Ilya as that night when she was the master berserker. Are you gonna kill me here? Gritting my teeth, I gather all my strength. But I can't even twitch my fingers. Every nerve in my body is wrapped by Ilya's stare.
Yep, because it doesn't matter if you're a master anymore, right? You'll be on your own once Saber disappears, so I can't let you be a master. Once your means of fighting is gone, I can kill you easily.
Ilya raises her hand. Her white slender fingers touch my chest.
I'm glad I found you before anyone else killed you. So, good night, Oni-chan. Saber's going to disappear anyway, so it should be a relief if it happens faster, right? Fuck!
My vision fades. Sensation in my limbs is already gone, and now my vision's gone as well. How long has it been since I fell into this darkness? While I wonder whether or not I'm dead, my consciousness fades away. My body's burning. Even though my consciousness is deep in the darkness, my burning body's appealing that it's alive. I see. I guess I'm alive then.
I'm not convinced.
It's different. We're feeling the burning mana now. But even if that's the case, that's only for the moment. Ilya said it too.
Once your means of fighting is gone, I can kill you easily.
She's right. I can't fight at all without Saber. The Holy Grail War is a battle between servants. I can't possibly match one of those servants. I feel like you might be able to take Ilya, though. Like, if you surprised her?
You just kick her in the fucking face. She's like 11. she's a zoomer.
The fact that it's been proven many times already.
If Ilya had a TikTok, what would she put on it?
Crazy shit. Unhinged. It was a merciless beating. As Saber said, my battle against a servant is to survive. I couldn't even do that. I was cut all over my body, and on top of that, thrown to the ground from a third-floor window. I only survived because of an abnormality in my body that I don't even understand. That fact is so vexing that it makes me mad. I could not stop the disaster occurring around me just because the one in front of me was unbeatable. Even though I chose to fight. I chose to fight as a master to stop people getting hurt, but I could not protect them. It pisses me off. The superhero I've admired since childhood always has to win or it's meaningless. My body's burning. My whole body's demanding that I must win. But I don't have any means of winning, nor a way to fight. How would I be able to fight? I don't have the skills to fight alongside Saber without being a burden to her. That is a mistake as well. Emi Ashiro is not fit for fighting. Because your fight's supposed to be a mental fight. A fight with your own self. Suddenly, I remember the back of the man who said those words. Emi Ashiro has no chance of winning if it comes down to fighting. None of your skills will be of any use against a servant. I know. I realize that more than ever now. In that case, at least imagine it. If it is an opponent you cannot match in real life, beat it in your imagination. If you cannot beat it yourself, imagine something that you could beat it with. He doesn't need to tell me something I already know. If I'm going to win, it'll only be in my head. But what could I win with? I can't imagine myself beating a servant. I can't handily deceive myself, and an image created by deceiving myself will be full of flaws. There's no way I'd be able to match a servant, a first-class illusion with such a third-rate image. So, what will I be able to beat? And what will I beat it with? I'm searching for the answer to that question. Searching for the answer even now. A golden sword. It's a sword for her alone. I don't want it myself. It's just beautiful. I just want to hold it in my hands if it's permitted. Jeez. It's a bad habit for an amateur magus. Since all I can do is examine the contents, I see such streams unsuitable for my position. But if this is a dream, I should be allowed to at least think about it. First, I assume the basic structure and reproduce the composing material. Oh, the basic form from when I use the strengthening magic isn't enough, as I thought. Strengthening is changing something that's already there, so it's meaningless with something that isn't there at all. So if I'm to remember that sword, I have to put more effort into it. It's well before the basics. It's the process full of waste that I came up with before Kiritsugu taught me how to use the strengthening magic. It was... How is it supposed to take shape? Why? When I come to, I'm in a confusing place. What is this place? Ridiculous, that was the word. My brain just caught up. This isn't just some place I've never seen before. It's where I die. It has a bed with a gorgeous canopy and a long carpet that makes it look like you could sink to your ankles. I've never heard a carpet described so like, I want to stand in that carpet.
I want to sink down to my ankles.
Oh, that sounds so nice. A stone fireplace that's not just decorative, but actually functional. The patterns on the wall aren't just wallpapers, they're actually engraved. I'm used to mansions like Shinji's house, but this is on a different level. It's embarrassing to say, but this is like a castle you read about in fairy tales. My mind almost falls unconscious. My body's strangely heavy. Is my blood circulating poorly? I feel like I'll fall asleep again if I let my guard down. What happened? I try to remember with my hazy mind. Oh yeah, I was bound by Ilya and I lost consciousness. So I'm caught by Ilya, huh? No one's in the room. My body feels heavy, but it seems I could at least raise my arm. Whoa, I'm tied up? My dazed mind instantly awakens.
Kinky?
Realizing the danger I'm in, I study my situation first. I'm sitting in a chair and my hands are behind my back. Handcuffs? No, they're just tied with rope. I'm not in the worst condition, but it makes no difference to the fact that I can't move. My body's still numb and I can't even get up with my hands tied. How long has it been? Clock. No, I don't see one as I expected. There's no clock in the room. The window's behind me.
We know there's no clock in the room because there's no ticking.
I turn around as much as I can, but the curtain's draped over it and I can't quite tell what's outside. But the sun has already set outside. I met Ilya in the morning, so that means at least half a day has passed. I can't be doing this now. I don't know where I am, but I have to go home to Saber as quickly as I can. Saber's weakening. I can't trouble her by letting her know I've been kidnapped.
She will be so troubled when she finds out that I've done this.
I pull at my hands. Even if I'm to run away, I have to do something but the rope tied behind my back first. The door opens. I release my power at the same moment as she walks in.
Oh, you're finally awake! Good morning, Oni-chan. How are you feeling?
Ilya's acting totally different from before. Her cold eyes are gone, and Ilya before me is the white girl who was talking to me in that park the other day.
What's wrong? You don't seem energetic. Does your body still not move? That's odd. You should be able to talk by now.
She looks at me, tilting her head. It looks like she's just worried about me. I'm fine. I can talk. My head's clear enough to know that I've been captured.
What? Are you dissatisfied? We usually put our captured enemies in the dungeon. But I feel bad about doing that to you, so I brought you into my room as a special exception.
I don't know if I should be thankful or not.
Yes.
Oh, in that case. But anyway, I'm starting to understand the situation I'm in. I get the situation. I'm captured, and this is your place, right? I say so sharply, killing my emotions. As long as I don't know the full details of the situation, I should listen for now.
That's right. I told you before that I live in a castle in the forest. This is a castle in a big forest and there's nothing around here. It takes a few hours by car to get to the town you live in. Nobody will come to save you, nor will there be any nuisances.
I see. Yes.
Yes.
I get that, but why did you do it? If you wanted to kill me, you could have done so at the park.
Why? I don't intend to kill you, Shiro. You're mine. I'll kill the other masters, but you're special. That's why I locked you up here, so there won't be any interruptions.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no. I like how there was a gasp in the dialogue, but that's exactly what I did because when I saw this photo. Oh.
I automatically lean back. Ilya puts her face close to mine as if not caring about my feelings. Hey, Ilya. I know it's indiscreet, but my heart's beating fast from the weight of Ilya on my legs. Even though she's not heavy, she feels so alive.
Yeah, like I thought, Shiro is special. Hey, do you want to become my servant? If you're going to be my servant, I won't have to kill you. All you have to do is nod, and I can spare you.
Ilya's words are so pure that I won't be able to take it back if I nod. And if I do betray her, all her purity would probably turn into hatred. With Ilya so close to me, my confused mind freezes. This isn't just that she likes me. Ilya's question is asking me if I want to live or die.
You don't even need to think about it, right? You don't have Saber already. You don't have any way to fight. So it'll be useless to stay as a master now.
No, Saber hasn't disappeared yet. I won't let that happen.
Oh yeah? But she'll be killed easily in her condition. It's fine, you can just stay here. If you're going to stay here forever, I'll protect you forever too.
Ilya snuggles up to me. I don't know what'll happen if I disobey her. But I still can't nod to Ilya's words. I can't. Get off me, Ilya. No matter what you say, Ilya puts her finger up to my mouth. Oh, at least the scene changed. She smiles and looks up at my bewildered face.
Jeez, you don't get it, do you? Look, you're just a bird in a cage right now. It's my decision if you live or not, so you shouldn't say anything to make me mad. I waited for 10 years. It's too boring just to kill you here, right?
What? Her voice sounds like a girl who wants a toy. I gasp, sensing a cruelty that sends a chill up my spine.
This is your last chance, Oni-chan. I'll ask you one more time.
Her eyes are full of hope.
Oh god.
No, go ahead.
I'm trying.
Shiro, be mine.
Ilya says so, as if allowing no refusal. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope.
I can't. Okay, for one, I'm so surprised we're still alive right now.
It's a new choice. So,
yeah, and we are definitely going to say no to the 11-year-old.
Absolutely.
FBI, open up! I have no survival skills in this setting. There's no self-preservation.
Nope, I would rather die.
Yeah, my morals will say no every time.
I know for a fact that saying no is the right choice. So don't worry, it doesn't make you say yes. I don't even need to think about it. And I can only take so much. Why does everyone think that Saber's disappearing? Saber won't disappear, and I'm going to fight with her until the very end. I can't undermine that oath with something like this. Ilya, I can't do what you're telling me. I have Saber. As long as I have Saber, I will only fight as a master. I hear her gasp. Her red eyes open for an instant like rigor mortis.
I see. You're going to betray me too, huh?
Ilya backs away. The girl looks down at me, not getting upset.
Fine. If you won't listen to me, I won't listen to you either. I've let you guys off up until now, but I'm done with that.
Ilya's voice is filled with murderous intent.
Oh, I did my best.
I feel an ominous tone to it.
Wait here. I'll be done right away.
Hold on. What are you gonna do, Ilya?
I'm gonna go kill Saber and Rin. You'll regret your action a bit if... Ooh. You'll regret your action a bit if I kill them, right?
What? Don't say such a stupid thing. Saber and Toska have nothing to do with this. I'm saying I can't be with you for my own reasons alone.
Is that so? But I'm going to kill them anyways. You'll be next, Shiro. I don't need you if you're not going to be mine.
She starts to go. She's serious. She's going to go kill Saber and Toska. Don't do it, Ilya. They have nothing to do with this. I'm the one you captured, so just kill me if you hate me. There's no reason to kill them.
There is a reason. I can't let other masters live. That's the Holy Grail War, right?
Idiot, don't say you're gonna kill people that easily. It doesn't suit you. You're still a child. You can't do such things. After looking at me in amazement.
Too bad. I've already killed a master, Oni-chan.
Ilya says so with a cheerful face.
It was only yesterday, though. It was unexpected in a way, since I thought you were going to kill him.
What? At that moment, to my surprise, I clearly understand what she's talking about. Ilya said she was in that building last night. So, wasn't the master fleeing in front of her the perfect prey? Ilya, you...
I'm sorry. I did it because you didn't. I don't like snatching things, though.
She doesn't sound guilty at all. For Ilya, it must have been nothing at all. That makes me realize. No, I should have known the last time I met her. This girl has no sense of good and evil. If the girl laughing innocently is Ilya, the girl laughing mercilessly is also Ilya. It's not like a devil and an angel are in her at the same time. It's just that Ilya is a devil called an angel.
Then I'm off. I'll be your turn. Oh, it'll be your turn when I come back, so try your best to escape.
I like when you correct yourself in the voice. Is this...
Oh, but a bird is a bird because it can't escape from the cage. I don't think you'll be able to escape from this cage.
Ilya leaves the room. What she says is true. As she doesn't understand threats or haggling, everything she says is true. So I can't stay here forever. I have to escape and meet up with Saber before Ilya attacks her. Damn! I shake my body and try to loosen the ropes. She really must think I can't escape because there's no one in the room. I can get out of these ropes by myself if there's no one keeping watch, but... Damn, my body still... not working well enough. Even though I can move, my limbs are heavy as steel, and just moving them will run me out of breath. Ilya, she must have anticipated this. That's why she said I won't be able to get away. Certainly I can't move. Even if I can get the rope off, I won't be able to escape if my body won't move to my satisfaction. It's not because I'm tired. Oh yeah, I can't move because I saw Ilya's eyes. It must be what they call the mystic eyes. They say a superior magus is able to intervene magically with a target just by looking into their eyes. A common form of mystic eyes is binding, so this must be something like that. As eyes perceive visual information, their disadvantage is that they're weak against suggestion. Therefore, mages usually cast some protection over their eyes to shut out others' magical energy. Who knows what Tosca would say if she found out I was bound by suggestion without even casting a spell. Well, they're just mystic eyes that are required for the use of magic. But I hear that monsters born with such eyes don't even need to look at the eyes of their target. These people exhibit their ability just by looking, but I hear such powers are rare. I don't think you ever learn Ryder's identity in this route. I think we're done with Ryder like completely.
She did die before we learned anything.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I thought of that. Just a weird coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So, fortunately, it doesn't seem like Ilya's mystic eyes are the special kind.
Are you sure?
This is just an intervention, sending her magical energy into my body. Then there's a way to dispel myself. I can't move my body because Ilya's magical energy is invading my nerves. So if I remove that magical energy, I'll be able to move again. It's simple. If mud's collected, all I have to do is wash it out with water. Closing my eyes, I concentrate on the inside of my body. I don't have the skills to detect or remove someone's magical energy from within me. But such skills are unnecessary if the magical energy is not rooted in my body. If Ilya's magical energy is stagnant in my body, all I have to do is channel strong magical energy through me and push it out. Sorry, it's a violent method, but it's all I can do. He's apologizing to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I apologize to my body as some consolation.
We can read minds, Jake. We are always like, I wonder, and then the game just answers.
Every time. All I have to do now is my daily routine. The ritual where I drive in a nerve into my back. No, it's not that anymore. There's no need to make a new one now. Frog. I can just push a switch inside of me. I don't have to make a magic circuit inside me, as I just have to switch my nerves into a magic circuit. Trace. On. I cast the spell to suggest myself. Spells do not do anything to the world. It's only something that one casts on oneself as one intervening with the world. Words are the best way to make your body transform. In order that only works on the self to create a divine mystery, a very simple magic called spell. Basic structure analyzed. My circulation speeds up. My blood gains power. My body turns into a device for pumping magical energy. It must be assistance from that jewel Tosca made me swallow. The creation of magical energy that usually takes me an hour now only takes an instant. Composition analyzed. I don't even need to push the switch. I can just let the magical energy circulate and let my hands go. Well, I say push the switch, but I still haven't figured out where this switch thing is. The heat goes wild. Calmly controlling my speeding heartbeat, I let my hands go from the spinning cord. Gah. Blood spills out my mouth.
Oh wait, hold on.
Some vein must have been cut, or something must have ripped inside me. I channeled enough magical energy to wash out the mud inside me, so it's fortunate I only ended up coughing up blood. And to add, I don't feel any pain. Maybe I don't feel pain because of that self-healing thing.
He doesn't feel pain because, I don't know. There was a joke there, I didn't get it. Move on.
It's an abnormality I don't understand, but I'm just happy to have it at times like this. It's my greatest and only strength for any wounds to heal if they're not fatal. What I should be careful of is relying on it. Because the cause is unknown. If I get myself injured relying on the healing might go away the next time. So I shouldn't rely on such a vague miracle. Alright, the rope next. I loosen the rope. My wrists are bruised, but my hands weren't tied tightly. I don't think it was Ilya that tied me up, but it wasn't tied too tightly. First of all, Ilya wouldn't be able to carry me here. Is there someone other than Ilya who isn't too strong?
Berserker's just in the park.
Definitely not Berserker. If he tied me up, my wrist would have been twisted off right then. I get up from the chair with a stupid remark. It's good that I can move freely now, but it seems the movement was too violent. I don't have any wounds, but magical energy is still raging inside me. Just moving causes my body to be pummeled from the inside. It must be the pain. Dizziness and nausea assail me, and my limbs are senseless. I won't be able to get back home before Ilya like this. I'm being too faint-hearted. This is no time to think like that. I slap my cheeks and start walking. As I start to lean on the wall and head to the door.
Are you laughing about slapping cheeks?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but like...
Imagine like the Spider-Man gif.
Bro.
I hear a sound on the other side of the wall. Footsteps. A few of them too. These people approaching while talking stop in front of the door. A patrol. Damn, why do they have to come now? There's no time to hide. I should.
Oh shit. Oh no, the save point has her on the lamp. Oh.
I have to fight. I'll make the first move when the door opens. I'm in no condition to fight. I'll sit in the chair and pretend I'm tied up. Or how about that bed? How about that bed, Shiro? What the...
Gay bulge slapping cheeks. All right, you calm down in the chat. So my first inclination is not the last one. I know that we don't know how many enemies we have, but fortune does favor the bold.
I like that mindset.
Pretending that you're tied up is smart. But I think we just go hamskis.
Yeah, I'm down to go hamskis. I think we send it.
We're just gonna fucking send it?
We're just gonna whack Berserker with a newspaper and get fucking blown to
Absolutely fucking clobber, dude. Whoever opens this door is going to absolutely ruin us.
The one who moves first will win, so I have to fight. It's too late to hide now, and I don't have time to waste. I have to get out of here as quickly as possible and go home to save her. That's true too, we're kind of on a clock. The door opens. Standing with my back to the wall by the door, I ready myself for the patrol entering the room. The patrol just opens the door and doesn't enter the room. Hold on. You can see the chair from the entrance. Since I'm not tied to the chair anymore, won't they figure out the situation from that? This is bad. If they call for people right now, it'll get harder to escape. I'll just have to go out myself and beat the patrol. I jump from the wall to the door, and the patrol must have known I was hiding as they enter the room as soon as I jump out. Damn! I can't stop now. Whoever it is, I'll just beat them and leave the room.
Do not move. I will not take your life if you... Huh? Shiro?
My body stops dead. My mind goes blank. The person that I must go and save is standing right in front of me.
That's really confusing.
Saber? Why are you here?
I should not even need to tell you why. There is no need for a reason for a servant to protect her master. It is only natural to come and save you if you are held captive.
Well, I'm asking how you knew I was captured. No, more importantly, why are you here? This is Ilya's hideout. This is no place for you.
I should be asking that. What were you doing? I told you so many times not to go off by yourself, yet you were so easily captured by Ilias Veal and taken to a place like this. You're disqualified as a master. I shall not be satisfied unless you apologize to me in some way.
Sorry, Mom. I was certainly careless, but why are you here? You can't move properly, right? What are you thinking coming to Ilias Castle in that state?
No? What are you thinking? A servant's role is to protect its master. You have been captured, so it does not matter if this is Ilias Veal's castle.
Saber speaks clearly.
Doesn't matter. Sorry.
Her figure is just as it was before. It's different from the figure sleeping, weak and in pain.
Shiro, why are you silent all of a sudden? Did you suffer any wounds while you were held captive?
Oh, no, that's not it. I'm fine. More than that, I'm glad you look well. I really regained my peace of mind. I'm surprised Saber's here, but I'm happy she's back to normal. It's just selfish prejudice. But I think Saber's meant to act like this.
Oh my god, her blush is so cute!
I'm sorry, Saber. I don't quite understand, but you came to save me, right?
Yes, it is only natural for a servant to save her master.
Thank you. You're a godsend. I'm glad. There's no problem now. All that's left is to escape with Saber and...
Hey!
Why can I see Tosaka? Tosaka?
Oh god, we got played so hard, dude.
Absolutely. Is she really seriously there?
You seem to be doing better than I expected. Maybe there was no need for us to come, huh?
That is what I said, Rin. You should have let Emiyashiro be. This kind of a man causes trouble for the people around him and survives. This was a good opportunity. He would have died if you had abandoned him.
That is inexcusable, Archer. I am the one that asked for help, but you do not have the right to insult Shiro.
So you act like that now your master is safe, huh? The master's like this and the servant's the same. I guess you have no respect for your allies. Well, we are to fight eventually. It'll be easier to fight then if no feelings are held. Saber falls silent, as if he hit a sore spot. They haven't really talked yet.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, does he not get along with Saber either?
Which one do you think it is?
I think I'm guessing Rin.
Does Rin call her Ilias Veal?
I think so. I think Shiro's the only one that calls her Ilya, because he's the only one that's like on friendly terms with her to like nickname
Right.
it.
Okay. That's it. You still remember the situation we're in, right? We don't have time to stand around chatting. We have to retreat before Iliasfield gets back.
Hold on a sec. Did you guys come here knowing this place is Ilya's castle? No, first of all, Ilya went out intending to kill them. Then, does that mean Ilya and Toska missed each other? That's okay. I think Ilya's heading to my place now. If you guys didn't come here, I think you would have ended up fighting her.
Now I'm beginning to think that Saber calls her Iliasviel and Rin calls her Ilya. Okay, we know that now, okay. Yes, it seems so. I confirmed Ilya and Berserker leaving. Well, we wouldn't have come in like this if it wasn't for that.
I see. Toska took such drastic measures because she knew Ilya went outside. She's as direct as ever, but that turned out for the best this time.
Anyways, we'll talk later. I came prepared when I realized this was Einsburn's base, but it'd be great if we don't have to meet them. We can't match Berserker anyway with Saber in that state.
Toska steps between me and Saber. Toska, what do you mean by Saber's state? She looks fine, and she's just like normal.
Hey now, convenient things like that never happen. Saber hasn't healed at all. Can't you tell just by looking that she's barely even standing? Rin, I thought you promised not to talk about that. Sorry, I'm going back on that. It's bad to hide it, and it's not something we could keep from him anyway. That is true, but...
She hesitates painfully. That makes me realize that her condition's not improved at all. Saber, is that true?
Yes, what Rin says is true. It is embarrassing, but I cannot fight as Saber right now. All I will be able to do is to be your shield. Huh? That's what I thought. Yeah, this is Rin, right?
Probably.
No.
Probably. Rin or Archer, right?
Yeah, that's definitely Archer.
Okay.
I think.
Huh.
Oh.
That's what I thought. Play it as if it's Archer. Audible. You wouldn't listen and you wanted to come with us when you can't even arm yourself. I bet she intended to protect your master instead of fighting. What? She's so weak she can't arm herself? What ridiculous things is she saying about being my shield?
I'm sorry, Shiro. I know I am a failure as a servant with a body like this, but I am able to act as a shield. I am sure you are dissatisfied, but please accept that for now.
That's it. Why does Saber always think such unfavorable things? Don't kid me, of course I'm not satisfied. Toska, why did you bring Saber? Don't you know Saber's more important than me?
What? I objected too, but Saber didn't listen, and only Saber knew where you were anyway. I knew it was dangerous, but I still needed Saber.
But still. I start to yell that she shouldn't have brought her, but I stop myself. I'm in no position to criticize Toska. The root of all this was me getting captured.
That's fucking right, dude. You better take that blame and put it right on yourself.
Toska and Saber just did what they thought was right. Disputes are good, but you should stop for now, Ren. A master will be sensitive to changes in her dwelling. We do not have time to explain things in a leisurely fashion.
Yeah, we've been hanging around for far too long. You're right. Iliasfield we went over this. You're right. Iliasfield should be hurrying back by now. Alright, we'll leave this conversation until later. We have to get out of this castle first. That's okay, right, Shiro?
Just...
Shiro, we should.
Well, but... Saber is like she was last night. Isn't it difficult for her to even walk? I can't let Saber push herself if she's in that state.
Honestly, it seems you take me too lightly.
Huh? Saber.
Even though my magical energy is depleted, I can fight better than you, Shiro. To me, you seem to be the one about to disappear. I do not think Ren has noticed, but your magical energy is disrupted, correct?
Oh, no, this isn't anything serious. It's fine if I bear with it. I'm, fine, really.
Then I am the same as well. It is painful, but it is not unbearable. I believe things are going too fast for you to grasp the situation, but let us follow Rin for now. If we are to talk, we can do so once we get home.
Saber urges me forward. Jeez. I can't even worry if she says so with such an expression. You're right, I have a lot to talk about, but I'll leave it until we get home safely. Yes, about Saber's body and thanking her for coming to save me.
Can't wait to talk to her about her body!
That dream is not something I should ask her about right now. Yeah, obviously. Alright, let's go, Saber. Nodding, I move my body earnestly. I sweat with each step, but I can't complain. Saber came all the way here with her weakened body. Wow. Is this a hallway? From the museum-like hallway, I guess the building is really big.
Hey, this is no time to be fascinated. Even if we leave the castle, there's a big forest outside. If we don't hurry, it'll be morning.
A big forest? Is this place really on a mountain? That forest a few hours drive away from Yama City?
Yeah, this is Einsburn's secret castle. Once we get out of this castle, we'll have to spend a few hours getting out of that forest. It's night now, so we'll make our way out by the morning.
Tosca runs down the hallway without hesitation. I guess she's heading to the back entrance she stuck in through. I knew it was night already, but how long was I captured for? I thought it was only half a day, but it might have been longer.
You were captured by Iliasfield this morning. It has been half a day since then. The date has changed, so that means you have been captured for a day now.
Oh, I see. I'm ashamed.
They're like, well, it's after midnight, so it's been technically a whole day, fucking loser.
Check my watch.
No, please do not be. You are safe even though you have been captured by Iliasfield for so long. That must be proof that your mind did not give in, even though your body was still captive.
We did not get baited by the crowd.
We are not a lolicon!
That might be true.
No, that is true.
Like, what a clip out of context.
Yes, Iliasfield looks like a young girl, but she is a magus of Einsburn. If you were to yield to her, you would not have been yourself. It is not like I did not consider that possibility. I came to this castle prepared to find you dead in the worst case. So I am glad I am able to see you again. Since my master is safe, I cannot lose either.
I feel the same way. I was so worried, wondering whether Saber was alright.
Hey, are you really trying to escape? I'll go on ahead if you're too slow.
Tosca yells at us from the corner ahead. Gah, this is no time to be talking. Let's hurry, Saber. I run, urging Saber on as well.
We keep trying to have these cute moments together, but there's just no time for that.
Every step brings unpleasantness and pain as if boiling water is pouring into my veins. But I can run if I grit my teeth. You know, you drink like a really hot liquid and it kind of feels like water is just like heat is just kind of dispersing in your body. Such a good feeling. He's like boiling water in my veins. I'm like, oh.
You're like, that kind of sounds kind of cozy. I feel kind of cozy.
Yeah. Forcing my aching body to move, I follow Tosca. Saber's running behind me as if escorting a sick person. She must be in pain. She's acting firm, but Saber's in no condition to move properly. Saber, if you're in pain... I stop myself from asking her if she needs a hand. We're learning. If I said that, Saber would stubbornly try to run on her own. I should just watch for now. If Saber looks tired enough that she can't make excuses, I can carry her then. Saber's really troublesome. This stubborn girl won't rest unless I do something that forceful.
Servants are nice.
And so,
They're so nice. Until you get to
Following
Gilgamesh. He calls you a mongrel.
Yeah.
But like in a good way.
Following Tosca's lead, we reach the exit of the castle. This is the main entrance, Tosca?
Why are you saying something so obvious? This is what entrances are for, right? This is the fastest way if you want to go out or come in.
Tosca runs down the stairs.
You yawn one more fucking time. I'm gonna break your
Dude,
fucking kneecaps, dude.
I'm not tired. I yawn all day. I do this all day teaching. Well, I'm in no position to complain. Saber and I descend the stairs into the hall. I guess this is the lobby. Thank you, Engels. So that must mean we'll be outside if we go through the large door at the end.
Alright, we're doing well to have gotten this far. The problem comes after we get into the forest, but it's night and all, so maybe we'll be able to get out to the main road under cover of darkness. It'll be too late when Iliasfield comes back and finds out you're not here anymore. It'll be morning by the time she gets back. Hey, why that unsatisfied look on your face? No, it's not. Oh.
No, it's nothing. I was just realizing again that you're a big shot.
Do you realize the weirdest things in the weirdest places?
Like entering the enemy's base from the main entrance and the way she's acting so confidently.
Oh well, let's go outside. I remember the way back, so we won't get lost.
We head for the entrance. A long hall stretches from the lobby and a large door can be seen on the end. It's amazing. The hall's about 30 meters long. I think to myself, this place really is a castle, and the instant I start to walk.
Oh, you're going home already? That's too bad after you've come so far.
The voice of the girl who shouldn't be here echoes through the room with a faint laugh. We're fucked. I turn around instantly. Everybody stops. The instant I turn around and see the enemy, I understand that I'll be killed if I turn my back on it again. A weird shot.
Yeah.
Iliasfield.
Oh.
Fuck.
Iliasfield?
Tosca's voice is shaking. Across the hall. On the stairs we came down is something that should not be there. It's strangely like the time before. Ilya's standing above us with Berserker standing behind her. Berserker's presence is overwhelming. As I can feel the servant's strength now, I can understand how much of a monster he is. How absurd. He's not at a level Saber could match, even in her normal condition. It probably wouldn't even be a fight. That thing is not something that can be beaten in battle. Defeating Berserker means eliminating it without fighting it. In other words, we should have avoided him if we didn't want to die.
Good evening. I'm happy you've come to see me, Rin.
Ilya's voice is cheerful. That smile's the same as it was 8 days ago. Innocent and merciless emotion that'll kill any insects she catches. I understand now. We won't be able to get away. I can't stop Ilya no matter what I do. Even if I can get Ilya's attention, that doesn't mean everyone else can get away.
What's wrong? It's boring if you don't talk. I'm giving you some time, so I think it would be best if you at least leave behind a will.
She giggles. But we don't have such composure. We'll run for the entrance if there's an opening. Even though we know there'll be no such chance, we can only wait for it.
Then let me ask you one thing.
But still, Tosca takes a step toward Ilya.
Uh-oh. Iliasfield, I didn't feel you coming back, so were you actually hiding all this time?
That's right. I didn't go anywhere. I was just watching you make a fool of yourselves.
I see. Does that mean the one who went out was a fake?
Yes, I knew you people were coming after all. I'm the master here, so I have to welcome the guests, right?
The giant figure suddenly disappears. I don't know if it jumped or just moved there. Berserker appears in the middle of the lobby with a whirlwind. We're done for now. If we retreat, we'll be slashed in half the instant we turn our backs. But we'll be killed as well if we stay like this. The only path west is to challenge that massive death, knowing it'll be pointless.
Are you done talking now? Then let's begin, Berserker!
The girl raises her hand as if performing some kind of a ritual, looks down at us, and...
I swear, I will not let anyone go today!
She declares so with delight and murderous intent. Light shines in Berserker's eyes. The servant that has obeyed Ilya up to now has his mind released and identifies us as his enemies. A gritting sound. Tosuka. Tosuka grits her teeth hard as if regretting something.
Archer, can you hear me?
She murmurs in a quiet voice without turning around.
Oops.
I think this is Ren.
A little while is enough. Keep him busy by yourself.
She orders her servant to die. Archer does not answer.
Ridiculous. Are you insane, Rin? Archer is no match for a Berserker by himself. We'll run while you do that. Archer, buy us some time until we escape.
Ignoring Saber, Tosuka continues her instructions. Her voice is cold, killing her emotions. Archer, who has been silent as if pondering something, quietly nods and... That is a smart move. I'll be able to escape if you escape first. Independent action's a specialty of archers, after all. Takes a step forward as if it's to protect Tosuka. Berserker does not move. Only Ilya's laughter can be heard from above.
Oh.
Wow, I'm surprised. You're saying such an unknown servant is going to stop my Heracles? Wow, you have a cute side to you, Rin.
Neither Tosuka nor Archer has the composure for a rebuttal. Tosuka and Archer know that fact better than anyone. Archer steps forward. He's empty-handed as usual. Tosuka's watching Archer's back. She must not have anything to say to him. Tosuka should know her command is unreasonable, because she told her servant to die so that we can escape.
Archer,
Tosuka starts to say something, but... By the way, Rin, may I confirm one thing? Archer interrupts her word in a cool voice, unsuited to the situation.
Cool guys doing cool things with their back turned. Fine, what?
Tosuka looks at Archer with a downcast look. Still looking at Berserker. Yeah, buying you some time is fine, but... You won't mind if I beat that thing, right? Archer said something unexpected. God, he's so fucking cool.
God, he's so fucking cool! Archer! Yeah, you don't need to hold back. Give him a beating, Archer.
I see. Then I shall meet your expectations. Archer moves forward. There are only 10 meters between him and Berserker. That thing should be able to close that distance in an instant.
You're underestimating me. Fine, go on, Berserker. You can slash that stuck-up guy into pieces.
Ilya speaks in a hysterical voice. Tosuka turns her back, not paying attention.
We'll be going. Getting outside means victory for us.
Toska starts to run, taking both Saber in my hands. Saber follows Toska without objection. I start to run to the entrance, leaving Archer behind. But from behind me, Amiya Shiro. He stops me, still with his back to me. I turn around, letting go of Toska's hand. In the lobby, not far away, is the back of the man facing Berserker. Understand, you're a maker, not a fighter. Berserker charges. Archer stares at his enemy without backing off, still empty-handed. Do not think about other things. There's only one thing you can do, so master that one thing. Archer raises his hand. I don't know when he got it, but in his hand is that short sword. Do not forget, what you must imagine is always that you yourself are the strongest. You do not need outside enemies. For you, the one you have to fight is none other than your own image. The red back sinks. Berserker's attack rages. I start to run without seeing the clash of the two. Toska and Saber are already at the entrance. I run without turning around. The red back tells me to just go. God, he's so cool.
He's so cool.
Oh. We go down the long hallway and pass through the gate. Unbelievably, the place really is a castle. An old castle hidden deep in the forest. This whole place is surrounded by trees as far as the eye can see, and neither buildings nor sky can be seen in that distance.
This way, we'll reach the main road in about 3 hours, so run until then.
3 hours, huh? Honestly don't know if my body will last that long.
Yeah, that
The
sounds
pain gets worse the more I move.
fucking exhausting.
3 hours, huh?
Can't even run for 3 minutes!
They have magic circuits. The heat should go away if I rest, but we don't have time for that right now.
Shiro, hurry up.
Toska sounds pressed as well. Toska's the one who gave Archer that order. She looks calm, but her mind is filled with regret. I know, we'll catch up right away. Saber, let's hurry.
Yes, let us hurry, Shiro.
Answering and nodding, Saber starts to run as well. Making my way through the trees, I follow Toska. Saber is visibly breathing hard. I can't see in the darkness, but she must be in pain. I can't leave her alone any longer. Ah! Oh. Okay. It was you. It was you. Always this. Saber loses her balance. I grab her forcibly from right beside her as she falls to the ground. That's it. You can't go on anymore, Saber.
What are you saying, Shiro? I have experienced difficulties like this many times before. I'm still able to run.
What are you saying? No matter how many times you've experienced it, pain always hurts. It's fine, so you can complain a bit. I pulled the arm I'm holding. It must be because Saber's light. I'm able to hold her up in my arms rather easily.
What are you doing, Shiro?
Just rest for now. I'll collapse first if you keep running with that expression.
How rude, let me go. Do you think I will collapse from just this?
Saber struggles in my arms, but her opposition is too weak. The arms that try to push me away are too small and too weak. That makes me painfully realize how weak she's become. I never thought Saber would be unable to push away someone picking her up.
What are you thinking, Shiro? I will not allow such a thing, even from my master.
Saber is struggling with a bright red face. Well, certainly. The position she's in right now must be embarrassing for a knight, but now isn't the time to worry about appearances. Don't lie. You can't be alright when you're so weak you can't even push me away. Just stay quiet for now. This is my order as a master. If you still won't listen, I'll have to use the command spell.
What? How unfair. There's no way I would laugh such nonsense as using a command spell for something like this.
Then stay quiet. Toadsko will leave us behind if we don't hurry. Saber reluctantly falls silent, so she must have accepted it. That's fine for now. If she doesn't struggle, I'll be able to run while carrying her. My vision flashes on and off. Does my blood accelerate the more I run? Bearing the nausea in my throat, I run through the forest while gritting my teeth. I breathe wildly, but I hide my pain as well as I can. There's only one reason to do so.
Shiro, please let me down. I will run myself.
Because if I look even a bit pained, she looks up at me uneasily. I can't stop here. Don't take me too lightly. I have no problem carrying just you. Compared to a broken stove, one girl's like air to me. I'm sure I carry stoves.
But...
Just be quiet, okay? You know the phrase, give and take? You've helped me out until now, so it doesn't even out unless I do something like this. Thanks, Wangles. I had to return the debt now. I can't have you protecting me tomorrow.
Wangle said he could carry both of us for 3 hours as he runs towards the road. You want to bet?
I'm like 170, dude.
He's also 6 feet tall.
Yeah, unwieldy.
Yeah.
Hard to hold.
Yeah, that's a lot of, that's a lot of freedom units to carry. I said if I could.
True,
oh.
True. I could like get on your back like a piggyback.
Yeah. You would have to piggyback Jake while also carrying me in your arms.
Which balances the weight out.
Yeah.
No, it's all just top heavy.
Uh-huh.
You'd fall forward, absolutely.
You would have to have the biggest calves on the face of the planet. No, that is not true, but if you do this, I will be the one in debt to you.
That's good. That means this will be the only time I have to do something so hard. I'm much more motivated now. I let a huge breath out and kick the ground. Tosko's choosing to go through narrow openings, even though she knows I'm carrying Saber. It's fine, because Saber is light, but following her takes all my effort.
God, if we had a fucking dollar for every time he says Saber is light, I would have so many monies.
It's a really very repetitive writing style. Is this Ren? You're talking about Ren?
No, you said so please stay still.
Hey,
Oh, that's you.
hey, you'll bite your tongue if you talk. It'll help me out if you stay quiet, so please stay still.
Yes, then I will obey your command, Master.
Saying so, Saber relaxes in my arms. It was hard to carry her before since she was unwilling, but it'll be a bit easier now. The problem now is whether Saber's body and my body will make it.
Is this where we end up in the shed together?
I mean, how long have we been running? I honestly have no idea how they're going to treat it with the sensor thing. I don't know if that scene will exist at all. It feels like 30 minutes, and it feels like an hour. No, running isn't that bad.
Touching girls is.
I haven't been training for nothing, and Saber really is light. But now... inside, my body's messed up. I get dizzier the more I move, and I feel like throwing up. We're in a forest, so I don't understand if I was bitten by a poisonous snake or something. I can't let this... This isn't pain, that'll kill me. It's just that my chest feels heavy and I feel like throwing up. This is nothing compared to the warmth in my arms right now. Saber's closing her eyes as if asleep. She's not resting because she's relaxed. Her body's getting hotter by the minute. Even though it's winter, her body's sweating and she's hanging her head to try to hide her ragged breathing. Crap, this is really... A repeat of that night. Saber collapsed using all her energy after using her Noble Phantasmon Rider. Saber hasn't healed a bit since that night. Was her ability to talk now just a brief spark before she disappears? Ha! 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 I run, trying to deny that. I don't care about my body. I make myself believe that something will be possible if I get home and keep running. I almost fall and stop myself from collapsing by leaning against a tree. I can taste blood. So this is the cause of my nausea. I didn't spill out a Saber since there's only a bit, but I still feel the cause of the nausea in my chest. Well, it's better than the worst possibility if I think about it. Saber would be mad at me for a different reason if I threw up the contents of my stomach. Actually, I bet Saber would seriously try to cut me in half if I did that. Ah. Yeah, that's funny. Imagining a funny thing gives me some strength. Yeah, that's comedy. Alright, I'm done resting.
No, you are done pushing yourself, Shiro.
Saber? She wasn't asleep? Saber speaks in my arms. What do you mean I'm done now?
You should escape by yourself, Shiro. You cannot take me with you in your state.
What? That's not true. I just fell down. This is nothing.
Is it something? What are you saying with a pale face like a corpse?
Hey. Tosca, who's leading the way, is back here now for some reason.
Your asses are taking too long. Huh, it's your choice to bluff, but you should at least hide the blood near your mouth even if we're in a dark forest. It's only natural for Saber to worry if you're in that state.
Good. Things are simpler if Ren's here. That's probably Saber.
Good. Things are simpler if Rin is here. I would think so. I know what Saber wants to say. We don't have time, so say it quickly, so even that idiot can understand it. Yes, Rin.
Saber nods.
I want you to leave me here. You will not be able to make it with me, and most of all, I will not last long.
I can't yell at her for saying such a ridiculous thing. I know well enough that Saber's condition's worsening. Saber won't last long. I vaguely knew that she wouldn't be able to make it until morning like this.
I see. So how about you, Shiro? Will you die with Saber here?
Of course not. I have no such intention. I won't let Saber disappear either. If she's going to disappear, I'll use the command spell and...
Okay, that's good enough. Then let's solve both problems at once. We'll save Saber and I'll escape from the forest. That's our plan now.
Huh? My brain turns into tofu. Tosca says the most difficult thing so easily at times.
My brain? Tofu.
I guess they've said my mind goes blank too many times. Hold on. I really want to do that, but since we can't...
Just come here, I'll say this, but I have no intention of letting Saber die like this either. Yes, I won't let this chance slip away. I'll have you fulfill your duty. You said it's okay, so you won't mind either, right, Saber?
So afraid. Tosca looks at Saber with a meaningful expression.
Yeah.
Saber does not answer, but merely looks downward awkwardly.
I'm really not sure what's supposed to happen.
I have no idea how they're going to do this.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's censored, right? The other one was censored.
Are they still gonna have sex?
I don't know. Maybe they'll just like kiss or something.
Just spit in her mouth?
Just kiss in the shed.
Give her your powers.
They'll just hold hands and love each other.
I need like a blur so I can put it over the game so I can like censor like hand holding. I call it lewd. Oh yeah, I don't think I have my lewd alarm on this screen. I don't. Here we go. We can put lewd.
I like that putting the loot thing makes me disappear.
Yeah, it's because I don't.
Like I'm the problem.
Yeah, I don't have that photo on this scene, or I don't have that source on this scene, so I can't use it. Could I add it really quick? Yes. Will I? No.
Once we pass between the exceptionally tall trees, an unexpected sight appears before me. A ruin? I guess it wasn't a shed, it was a ruin. Whatever.
We should be able to hide here for a while. Archer found this as a place to hide on our way here. God, we had sex in here?
I think there's a bed in here.
Oh no.
The entire ground floor is taken over by trees. The only usable rooms are on the second floor, and this is the best of those. Miraculously, the windows are still intact. I don't know how, but I can still see the night sky from here.
It's pretty clean in here. Maybe someone was staying here until recently.
Pretty clean? Really? What kind of nerves does she have? Stepping over the rubble, Tosco's dusting off the bed by the window.
Jesus Christ.
I am afraid.
Shiro, this way. We have to lie Saber down. It's pretty tiring being held by someone.
Of course. I'll lie her down. Oh yeah, I'll be right there. I lay Saber down on the old bed.
Oh, no.
How are you feeling, Saber? Can you still move okay?
Yes, since Shiro carried me here, it seems I can still sustain my body.
I see. Then I guess there's only one problem left. It's my veteran talking.
I see. Then I guess we only... Oh, wait. Okay. I see. Then I guess there's only one problem left. It's been an hour. We should have a bit more time, even if Elysifield comes after us immediately. No, we might be able to hide here until morning if they have trouble finding us.
Oh. Her mumbling reminds me. We were able to make it to this ruin, but what happened to Berserker and Archer? He remained at the castle to keep Berserker there. It's been over an hour, so Archer should already have retreated from the castle as well. Tosca, what happened to him? Tosca doesn't answer. She places her right hand on her chest as if holding something dear. That tells me of Archer's fate. Tosca's command spell is on her right arm. The master and the servant are connected. As Saber sense my danger, if the master can sense the life and death of their servant. Tosca, he...
Yeah, and I told him he just needed to buy us some time. He was arrogant to the very end.
Silence follows. The silence that seems to last forever is...
But I won't let it be meaningless. Since I've lost Archer, I'll get Berserker here.
aborted by the sound of Tosca punching her left hand with her right.
Morning is over. I believe in acting if I have time to worry. Since it's come this far, I'm going to make sure you're resolved as well.
Resolved? For what?
Oh no. Resolved to beat Elysifield. Berserker, of course. We can't escape this forest with Saber, and it's going to take a long time even if we are to heal her. Elia will catch us either way. Do you get it? For us to escape the forest with all three of us, we have to defeat the Berserker. If we can't, we'll just share Archer's fate.
Beat Berserker? That monster? Beat that whirlwind of death that nullifies every attack and destroys all that it touches in a single blow? I can't even imagine that. It's like lesson number one is you have to imagine it. Anything that fights him will die. Tosca must know that as well.
If you believe your arrow will land, it will land!
Is she saying we'll beat it in spite of that? No, that's not right. What am I saying? Tosca isn't saying we can beat it. She has no such false hopes. Oh, I see. That's right. We're not going to beat him to win. I should have realized that immediately. Our only option is to beat him. It's just that. If we don't want to die here, we have to beat that monster.
That's right, but it's not that hopeless. Even if it's Berserker, he should be wounded after fighting Archer, and I have all my reserve jewels. So if Saber recovers, I can come up with a few plans to beat him. Looking at it from the other side, since Berserker's wounded right now, don't you think this is our best chance to beat Eliasfiel?
But is there a way to heal Saber? Won't it be hard to treat her in a place like this?
No, the location doesn't matter for Saber's treatment. Saber is just weakened by lack of magical energy. If we replenish her stocks, she should be able to use her abilities like before. Oh god, I can't get through this scene at all.
I'm terrified. Once we get through this one, all the other ones will be easy, because we'll know. Like, we'll know what to expect.
This is, for anyone who doesn't know, this is the first like, full-on sex scene that's going to be, censored, because we're playing the censored version. So we don't know how it's going to be censored, but we know that there's supposed to be sex here.
We know that this came out on PlayStation, like, as a release in Japan, so it can't even be, like, blurred sex.
Yeah.
It's like a PG-13 release.
So I don't even know if they can hint at sex, can they?
I have no idea. I don't know if they can, like, fade to black and be like, we banged.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Tosca's explanation made me remember last night. Tosca said that Saber's magical energy is almost depleted. So to replenish Saber's magical energy...
Look, if you want to save Saber, all you can do is make her attack people and absorb their souls. Then there's only one answer. Use your command spell, Emiya-kun. You should be able to avoid the worst case scenario with that.
There are 2 command spells left. I have to use this. Make Saber attack people and make her consume their souls to replenish her magical energy. We can't beat Saber. We can't beat Berserker unless Saber is healed. We'll be beaten if we don't beat him. I sneak a glance at Saber, who's lying down. As we are now, we'll only make Saber suffer, but that means... No, Tosca, I'm still against making Saber attack people. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Yes, I agree with that this time.
Huh?
I would have given them... I would have given that proposal if this was another place, but we're in Eliasfield's yard. There are no souls here. There may be someone other than Berserker or Eliasfield in the castle, but going there to look is like going to die. We need to go outside. We need to escape outside if we want to make her consume souls. That's putting the cart before the horse.
Tosca nods.
I feel like maybe that second part wasn't me.
Yeah, that might have been me, but it's fine. Just... I'm glad I don't have to make Saber attack people, but then how can we replenish her magical energy? But what can we do, Tosca? First of all, our problem is that I can't give Saber magical energy, right?
There is a way. Yesterday, it's the day before now, but I explained it to you then. There's one more method other than sharing magic to give magical energy to your servant. Back then, well, I didn't say anything because I didn't think it would end up like this.
Hmm? I recall the conversation yesterday. She certainly did say...
Well, a path should have been formed at summoning, so there may be other measures.
Something like that. I remember. Something about there being another way since the path exists. Wait, did I say something wrong? Maybe I misheard her back then because I was shocked about making Saber attack people. Tosca, is there a way?
Yeah, that's the other measure, dude. Yes, there are 2 things we can do, which I can support. We'll have to take the rough measure in this situation. Look, Saber's lacking magical energy because the path between you 2 is imperfect. To heal her, we need to correct that path.
Mm-hmm. That's the best if we can, but I don't know how. First of all, we had that problem since Saber was summoned. We wouldn't have been in this trouble if the line to supply her with magical energy was established.
It's simple, we just need to reconnect the spiritual path. That's the only way to repair the path without breaking the contract or resummoning her. We need to transplant Shiro's magical circuit to Saber.
I'm in fear. Transplant my magic circuit into Saber?
To renew the path between you two, we need to transplant spiritually important organs. If servants and masters are borrowing the Holy Grail... Fuck! If servants and masters are borrowing the... Bowering... I can't do it.
I'm broken.
If I didn't know how this scene went because you hadn't told me, I think this would be a lot easier for me. But because I know how it's supposed to go, I cannot keep my composure.
Okay.
If servants and masters are borrowing the Holy Grail's power, we need to create an equally strong connection to create a path. To do this, we need to transplant the master's magic circuit to the servant. We need to go that far to send Shiro's power to Saber.
Magic circuit. A mechanism Magi need so they can use Odd to activate mana. This is the core of Magi. Without this, one cannot create magical energy with the source of magic. I've been playing this for like 15 fucking hours, dude. I know what a magic circuit is. It is more important than their life for Magi. You can even call it the meaning of their existences.
It's too dangerous to transplant the servant circuit to the master. They're ghostliners, and heroic spirits at that. Their circuits only bring severe rejection response, even when they're transplanted on dying people. Then the only option left is to transplant your circuit into Saber. But that's the same as ripping the nerves out of your body. Then all the strain goes to...
the one the organs are transplanted from. Ripping out nerves means the same thing as ripping off your fingers and arms. Hold on, Ren. That's too much. Oh, fuck! How was I supposed to know she was going to cut in?
Yeah,
there?
you had no. There's. We're scrolling down the bed frame.
Yep.
Hold on, Rin. That is too much for Shiro. But if we don't, we won't be able to survive. You should know that, Saber.
I take care as I gulp so they won't hear it. I have to get my priorities straight. I have no time to hesitate if it's clear what needs to be done. Tosca, will this work?
I'll make it work, but making it work doesn't mean you'll be alright. I have no intention of failing, but Saber will take your magic circuit if it succeeds. Your sense of loss and pain would be so great that you'd wish it failed. If your magic circuit is taken away, it means...
My second nerve, the magic circuit, will be taken out. This means removing the part of my nerves, damaging the spiritual body's integrity, and creating a fatal defect as a magus. You can never perfect something that is lacking. My hope of becoming complete will disappear here. Once Shiro loses his foundation called the magic circuit, he'll stay incomplete no matter what. I nod to myself. I see. Then it's much better to be able to save Saber. Alright, let's do it, Tosca.
That was quick. Oh no, I don't mind that you're quick to make your decision, but do you really know what this means?
I do. You told me, right?
There's no way you understand. Listen, it's like I'm telling you to die as a magus to save Saber, so how can you nod back without any objections?
I don't have any objections. I'm agreeing because it's the best plan you came up with. You should be more confident in your own plan, Tosca. It's making me uneasy seeing you in such a panic. And Saber can't fight Berserker unless we do this, right?
That's right. That's what I've been saying.
Right? And it's not like we made no sacrifices. We have to fight and win since he bought this time for us. His back told me to go. I didn't like it, but he risked his life to protect Tosca. Then I can't be chickening out here.
Okay, let's start, Shiro.
Okay, are you okay too, Saber? We're going to transplant my magic circuit into you.
I feel like we haven't really explained how this goes yet.
I think they might just be completely circumventing it, like just making a new scenario.
Yes, if that is your decision, Master.
Her voice does not contain affirmation or denial. But her eyes look as if they're in regret. I guess Tosca's going to prepare us for the transplant. I don't know how from the first place, so I have to leave it to Tosaka.
We'll start with Saber. Shiro, can you keep your magic circuit on and stand by without getting too disturbed?
I close my eyes and turn over the artificial nerve in my body. I can turn the circuit on and off without a problem thanks to Tosaka, but... Okay, so...
What?
Okay. A red flower entangles itself with a white flower. Tosca gets on top of Saber, who cannot move, and casually, brazenly moves her fingers across Saber's slender body. Wait, Tosca, what are you gonna do to Saber?
I'm trying to get her to relax. The success rate is going to drop unless Saber relaxes.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Continue on.
Okay, then let's take off your clothes, Saber.
Huh?
What? Don't get so surprised about every little thing. We just need to take off part of your clothing. Transplant of magic circuit is integration of body and mind. We have to make sure of maximum contact and reduce any screening.
Tosca's serious and calm. The only ones flustered are Saber and I.
Oh, okay. Hold on, Rin. I can do this myself. Don't say that when it's painful just to raise your arm. Oh, Emiya-kun, could it be that you want to take her clothes off yourself as a duty as master?
You... I stop myself before I call her an idiot. But the joke aside, that's something I'm not suited to do. I can't stay composed if I have to do such a thing. Sorry, I'll leave her to you.
Good. So you take your clothes off too, Shiro. Oh, you just need to take your top off. I'll kill you if you take your bottom off too.
I can't tell if she's serious or joking. Anyway, it seems I need to take off as much clothing as I can to come in contact with Saber.
Shiro, could you please turn your back for a while?
Oh, okay. Tell me when you're done. I turn around, take my shirt off, and fold it up. Nerd. I even fold the sleeves so I could put it in a drawer if I wanted to. I try to hide my nervousness. Are you alright, Saber?
Yes, I feel much more relaxed, but...
I have to calm down. I try to suppress my fear while acknowledging how hard the transplant of the magic circuit is and how much loss and pain the process involves. This is just a passing point. The thing I should be scared of is the fight against Berserker after this.
Okay, Shiro.
Fear. I have fear. Okay. Censorship. I suddenly forget to breathe. I've seen her skin before, but the saber in Ben right now is unlike any saber I've ever seen. It's because of the weird tension. With myself aside, Saber's acting strangely too. Before, she was acting normally, even when I saw her skin.
This way, Shiro. Get on here. This has to be so awkward as an actual sex scene. Like, fucking miserable.
I remember liking it a lot when I was like 13 and reading this, but also I was 13.
Yeah, right. Your standards for sex were so low.
The minimum.
This way, Shiro. Get on here and get on top of Saber.
Feels like I'm moving a borrowed body. I'm walking to the bed, but stepping on the rubble doesn't feel realistic.
Saber, I'll take it until you two sympathize. I'll have you do it after that, but make sure not to take too much. The less you take, the less burden there'll be on Shiro. Understood. Please go ahead, Rin.
The conversation doesn't come into my head. Shiro freaked out from holding hands. Shiro's fucking exploding right now.
Don't say it like that.
Shiro is having a meltdown right now. I have my hands full on steadying my breath. We get even closer. We're so close that our skin is almost touching. I feel her weak breath. I support myself with my arms, and my body's too close to her.
Is this Rin?
I think it's Rin. Yeah.
Change preparation. Stupefaction. Trance. Union. Commence.
Her spell starts. I shake off useless thoughts and clear my mind so I can sympathize with Saber.
Small. 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 Taurus route. Open.
The only thing I can see is Saber's face. She's already in meditation. I can't keep my eyes open forever. I close my eyes reluctantly.
Large. 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 Narrow port road. Close in succession.
My senses are becoming vague. The sense of floating that I feel every night when I constructed the magic circuit. The feeling of my mind escaping my body and being flung away. But it goes in the opposite direction this time. It usually goes out my back. But my mind is escaping out of my chest right now. The 5 senses are functions of the body. My sense of hearing should go away since I'm out of my body. But my ears are hearing Saber's breathing sharper than before. The gentle breathing is starting to become lively. The sound of the rapidly beating heart. The sound of blood flowing through the veins. I slip out the shell called Emiyashiro and slide into her body. My mind sinks even deeper. I converge, swirl, shrink, and become a strong crystal to enter her.
I'm sorry. I'm too sore.
The beat, warmth, breath. I touch her mind, not her body. A true intellectual.
Shiro.
A voice like a bell. I answer the voice. My mind completely breaks away from my body. My senses completely
I
transformed.
don't think it would have been as bad, but it was quiet the entire time. They put no background noise during that. We were bonding in silence. It was so awkward.
I have no arms, legs, or self. I run naked. It feels like I'm running back in time. It rather feels like I'm being left behind. It accelerates. Body, personality, order, law. I become a dart and penetrate through numerous barriers between boundaries of individual. The word choice. Sparks fly from the circuit. The sensation of reaching the speed of light freezes me.
I want to imagine that this is the exact same dialogue as if this was the sex scene. Because that would be hilarious.
It's as if passing by human life in a second. The concentrated life is heavy and therefore cruel. No matter how the life is, it passes by in an instant. It's unbearable to stare at it direct on. Therefore, my emotion is anesthetized and freezes. This is what it's like to go on a journey with only the mind. I like that instead of sex, we're brain blasting into Saber. I realized what an excellent insurance the weight called the body was.
We're mentally nutting inside of her.
Transcending our bodies. Visualization of foundation of magic. Digitalization of human. Several hundred organs are connected using several billion connections. The infinite complex pattern is a highway made of simple repetitions. The distant future that eventually is. It's like a vehicle going through an illuminated city without any life. Here, the present time passes by at light speed. I think all these graphics are new. Eternity in an instant. I passed through the final boundary. This looks like the Chaldea summoning. Beyond this is Insider. I will see the magic circuit owned by the existence called Arturia. The change is extreme. The fast world filled with light is cut off in an instant. It's dark and heavy here. Pressure compresses my outline. The air is too dense and it feels as if I'm underwater. My body is slowly sinking, accompanied by pain as if squashed by a strong force. Sure got that good DMT. The path is deep and I can't see the bottom. It feels like I'm falling through massive darkness into an even denser darkness. The fact that I instantly went past thousands of miles feels like a lie. Now I'm suffering for an eternity to go a mile. I feel no hope nor light ahead. Is this really Saber's magic circuit? It's greatly different from mine. They say the shape of magic circuit and the number of paths are different for each person, but this is different. It's not about scale or ability. It seems Saber's magic circuit is fundamentally different from that of a magus. The path rumbles. Each time my small self is almost crushed. I don't know what kind of magic circuit Saber has, but I know the sympathizing spell is working. This isn't a failure. This place is dark and heavy unlike Saber, but this isn't an impure place. It's so full of life. The flowing air is blood and also a swirl of magical energy. I realize that I've forgotten to breathe, and maybe because there's no need to. The sinking is painful, but not life-threatening. I look up at the darkness I fell through, and it feels like it's a distance I can't go back. First of all, I can't see anywhere in this darkness. Even a slow fall seems infinite. The weight of the air changes. The speed of descent decreases even more. I narrow my eyes at the brightness of the darkness. That's a sentence. There's an end to this infinite path. I feel Saber's warmth and breath. That's the final destination. I reach the source of Saber's magic circuit, the mental world at her scent. But the scenery is beyond my understanding. The core of the star. The embodiment of fire that breathes deep underground is here. The red surface of the lake is swirling, but stays silent without splashing around. A huge shadow is in the bottom of the lake. The eye of fire perceives the small intruder. A foreign body is still a foreign body, even if its master allowed it inside. In this core, My mind is only a piece of trash that disturbs its function, or a piece of wood to light the fire. I swallow my breath that I do not need. I stare at the full scenery. This is Saber's magic circuit. Her heart that exceeds humans and is fundamentally different from ours, which is imagined from lines and circuits. This place is a reactor core. If a Magus' body is a machine which creates magical energy, this place is a factory which creates magical energy. But the core is inactive. The starting key to make the core turn, the source of energy to provide the first turn, isn't there. There's such a great amount of magical energy in an enormous magical core, but there isn't enough magical energy to activate the core. It rises to the surface. The stalled sea of gasoline. No matter how much undiluted magical energy there is, it's meaningless without a fire to burn it. It doesn't matter how small the fire is. The core will resume activity once the path to send magical energy is connected. For that, a thing transcending human knowledge awakens. The many paths running across the lake swirl up. The red atmosphere shoots up and becomes pillars. Or is this how it is inside a thundercloud?
Nani?
None of this is in the original game, for the record. Like, this whole entering the body thing. The raging sound of the waves is so huge that I already cannot perceive them with my hearing. Just like how something so huge can't be seen, its roar is just like silence. The thing appearing from within the blazing core is an embodiment of all the threats to mankind.
Inside of the womb is a dragon!
It has been said, the king is a red dragon symbolizing Britain. The child of the sacred star, carrying phantasmal blood in a human body. Dragon, the symbol, fear, and king of the numerous phantasmal beasts. Appearing sometimes as evil and sometimes as a god, the highest of all beings. That is what is in Saber's unconsciousness. It is an absurd true nature that is appropriate for the best servant. The cauldron is opened. The too brutal fang fills my vision. Resistance is meaningless. A mere human cannot defend against it. A mere human's intelligence cannot think of running away. Ah, it must have been that hungry. With bloodshot eyes, it bites down on food that's small as dust and... What a fucking insane thing to add. Eradicates all words. I am just blown away by that.
You mean why they took out a sex scene and added an existential crisis?
A drag? I don't think you ever see a dragon, like, at all. Let alone inside a saber.
No.
I'm ruining it. Come to think of it, why isn't food on the table alive? It doesn't even need to be said. It can't bear it if it's alive. We know that food is better fresh, but it's still dead because it's too cruel to keep it alive. In short, despite appearances, edible meat preserves the dignity of life. Screams and rage boil up. I forget who I am and roar like a beast. I appeal my pain. Hatred builds up. I resist with bare sensation. As I'm bitten on, I beg for mercy like a sinner being crucified.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, they could have just French kissed and I would have been fine. Just swap a little spit, it would have been fine.
If they get there and Saber said, "Shio, you have to spit in my mouth," I'd be like, alright, do what we gotta do, I guess. I think this is really cool. I'm blown away by the choice. I drop all goals and meanings. Keeping sanity here is as distant as the time of creation. Excessively powerful pain and pressure. And the instant I can only perceive this creature as a monster. I recall her figure, hanging her head, believing that I can withstand this hell. I recall the meaning of this pain. I exhilarate the significance of this anguish. I fully realize why I came to this place. I breathe out and stop resisting. The one I should fight against is not the dragon's fangs, but the pain within me. I didn't come here to get away from the pain. I'm here to save her from pain and to answer the trust she kept many times. Thus, as I can't fight, I'm here to give her the best answer I can give. There's no pain I can describe anymore. I'm not reaching out to my destroyed senses. I stay quiet as if I'm asleep and sharpen my senses. Eternity is an instant here. If that is the case, I can stay conscious if I can withstand the pain even for an instant. All right, then. I have no fear. I shall dedicate this pain to you, the one who is fighting. Pain disappears in an instant. The red dragon is gone and my consciousness rises. Did it grow light because I lost some of it? As if returning to the surface, I get away from the core against my will. Wait. I have to check something before that. Oh. How warm. The core is burning golden with a low sound. The delicate magic circuit is glowing with all the colors of the rainbow, restarting the circulation. The fire has been lit. Even though I may be an amateur magist, I was able to fulfill my role as her master. I surrender my body to the soaring wind. I catch a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword and a figure dancing in the field. Which did I find familiar? That was a fucking journey.
We went so deep.
I can't believe the guy had like, all right, you got to rewrite these sex scenes so we can put them for kids. He's like, all right, cool. I got something.
Oh god, that was a lot. Yo, what the fuck was that?
I feel the sun on my eyelids and open my eyes slowly. Third Druckling was his name. I check my body with my dizzy mind. My limbs are still there. I don't feel any wound on my body. Maybe the pain went away when I endured it. My mental wound that could have been a trauma is healed as well.
Ah, Shiro.
I hear a weak voice from under me. The feeling of her soft skin instantly makes me realize who she is and what we're doing. It cuts to them banging anyway. Oh! Saber's lying on the bed with an untidy blouse, and Tosca's curled up and asleep. Tosca's alright, but Saber has been under me dressed like this. Good morning, Saber.
Yes, good morning, Shiro.
An awkward greeting. Saber slowly gets up and fixes her blouse. We've all been here. Crap. We're conscious of each other and can't look at each other in the eyes. You can get up now?
Yes, I am able to receive your supply of magical energy now.
It seems Saber's back to normal. The frailness when I carried her here is gone now. That's good. So the transplant of magic circuit succeeded, huh?
That's what I want. Oh, man. Yes. Yes, so, can you put your clothes back on, Shiro? For some reason, it's hard to talk to you when you were like that.
I look down at myself. Oh, I see. You're right. You're right. I quickly reach out for my extremely folded up clothes. Tosca folded up my clothes. No, I'm the one who did it. Why did I fold it up this much? Oh. I vividly recall the ritual last night. I sympathized with Saber and transplanted my magic circuit deep inside her. It looks like Saber's back to normal, but what about me?
I'm sorry.
Tosca said that my body and mind would not be able to handle losing the magic circuit, but there's no big damage, nor do I feel any sense of loss.
I love that this insane thing happened, right? He wakes up, he's just passed out on top of a girl who's like, "Good morning," and then the other girl's just laying next to them, passed out, like, "All right, fam, my job's done."
God. I'm a bit scared, but I check my magic circuit. I dread looking how much of it's missing, but the fight against Berserker is waiting. I have to know the condition I'm in. Huh? Weird. The magic circuit's a bit dull, but I don't see any damage. It was bitten to pieces, but my magical circuit's still there. I guess there's nothing wrong with it for me to use the strengthening spell. I see. Magic circuits I rarely use were probably taken away. I only activate 1 to 4 circuits for strengthening. I can't use any large-scale spells, so I've never fully activated all my circuits. It seems the magic circuits transplanted to Saber were those circuits I rarely used.
Shiro?
I can still use the strengthening spell just fine. When my body's fatigue and dullness as if I'm in water is because my full ability is degenerated. In its place, I feel I'm connected deep down to something important. I can clearly tell where, but there's a weak link between Saber and I. I've obtained something big and warm in place of my lost circuits.
I am sorry, Shiro.
I hear Saber's apologetic voice from behind me.
I have tried my best to take the minimal amount of your circuits, but that minimal amount was too much to take from any person. If I have left a scar on you, I cannot even think of how to apologize to you. This is a mistake on my part. If I was not so useless, you would not have...
That's not true. You don't have to apologize. First of all this was caused because I couldn't supply you with magical energy. But it's settled now. I can supply you with magical energy now. Yes, I can now proudly say that I'm Saber's master.
But Shiro...
You don't have to worry about my magic circuit. It's something I don't use anyway. I actually feel better now than when I had it. Saber doesn't look happy. Crap, I don't know what to say now. Saber's healed and I survived in spite of losing my magic circuit. Saber's magic circuit and the dream of light and wind and Saber's youthful days, and on top of that, we spent the night dressed like that.
Dressed is a strong word.
Calm down, calm down. That was a ritual for us to survive. I have to calm down. I may make a mistake in the oncoming fight like this. Her breath pauses and she lets out a voice. It seems Tosca woke up. Good morning, Ren.
Oh.
Fuck.
Good morning, Rin.
She just doesn't call her Ren. I don't know why.
It's fine. Just say yo, Tosca.
Yo, good morning, Tosca. Her hair moves and she raises her head. Tosca's not a morning person. She's like a different person right now. We're being hunted in the woods. I don't care if you're a morning person. Thanks, Tosca. It succeeded.
Yes, my magical energy is replenished, but Shiro is...
No, I only lost about 3/10 of it, so it's fine. I should be alright.
3/10? I minimized how much I took, but I still took 3/10? How greedy of me.
Greedy, huh? I know you're hungry, but I wish you would have shown some manners.
Look at her face!
The awkward mood disappears since Tosca joined in. Now we're really back to normal.
Fucking said, rum num 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 num. I see then, let's go.
Tuska yawns once and stands up. This is angle. The battle's near. Berserker and Eliasule are waiting on the other side of the silent forest. We'll lose many significant things we exchanged last night unless we break through that hurricane of death. The connection with Saber created in my heart. To protect it, we have to defeat the strongest enemy.